for the rest of the season here with PlayOn Sports, and nothing makes me happier than getting to call some games. So I'm all excited.
Yeah, and tonight should be an interesting game. It's a league matchup. First for both these teams this year. And let's start with San Ramon. They're coming off a 10-4 season. They played De La Salle in the NCS Division I championship game, losing to that powerhouse of De La Salle. And don't let the 0-3 record fool you. They did lose some key players from last year, most notably the highly touted Zach Klein. But they have a number of players returning on both sides of the ball and looking to get a very important league win tonight, Michael.
Yeah, they did lose some players from last year's championship team. Of course, Zach Klein is the main standout, one of the best quarterbacks in the nation leading up to last year's end, and he's now playing at Cal. He's not fully in the fold yet, but I'm sure his time will come as he's just waiting his time. Of course, Patrick Worstel also joining him, a receiver from last year's team, playing at Cal, and then Jordan Weiss is continuing to play his lacrosse career out. I believe at North Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, or Syracuse.
Penn
State for Jordan Weiss. It is Tagliaferri.
Correct.
That's out at North Carolina. So Worstel was going to go to Syracuse, then changed and went to Cal.
Correct.
But they do have some players from last year's team that can get the job done. One of those guys, another guy that will be going to Cal, kicker Matt Anderson. And when you have a really, really good kicker, that can really change the pace of the game, because anyone that can line up to do field goals at any point in time, you don't have to settle for 6. So that's a big thing for San Ramon coming into this game.
Yeah, and we're actually going to step away momentarily for the national anthem. We'll be back with the rest of our pregame show. And welcome back to the pregame show here on PlayOnSports.com. Now, Michael, continuing, let's move on to Livermore.
Sure.
Last year, 1-6 in league, their lone win over Granada. And coming into this game, they're 2-1 on the season, but there are a lot of injuries, and most notably losing their quarterback, McPherson, and now he's moved to linebacker. He'll be playing with a club on that right hand.
Yeah, you talk about that win last year for Livermore against their crosstown rival Granada. It was such a big win for them. I want to say it was their their first East Bay Athletic League win since 2004 when they last beat Granada. So, I mean, this is a team that, they're going through a little bit of a culture change. If I have time, I'll try to play bits and pieces of an interview that was done on BayPreps.com when they talked to Coach Greg Hobner leading up to this game. But he has a very important role in his hands as the head coach. He's trying to change the culture. I mean, this is a team that's not used to winning league games, and he's made them into a team that's competitive. Last year, in a couple of those league losses, they lost by a very close margin. You take a look at 4 of their losses. We'll go over that throughout the season, but 4 losses to some pretty top-notch teams by a combined 11 points. So, he right now he's trying to get them competitive, and then after that, he's trying to find ways to win. And they're a little banged up, so that's going to be a stumble block in their way towards finding ways to win. But we'll see how tough they are. He says his team embraces being like their mascot, having that rough cowboy kind of attitude towards them, and we'll see how tough they can be with some of their key players being injured in this game. We'll see how they can make up for that tonight.
And so we are underway here in Livermore, California. Number 4, Gubera underneath it, and he's going to bring it out to the 32-yard line, so that's where San Ramon will start the first possession of the night.
Yeah, short kick there for the Livermore Cowboys. Not much of a return. Maybe they do that on purpose, as it allowed their kickoff team to be there in a hurry to bring down Gubera, who will be a kick returner. I'm sure Marcus De La Pena will also be joining him in the backfield. San Ramon in some interesting jerseys tonight. I've never seen this before, going in the gray pants and gray helmets. Those are both fresh and new to the Wolves program this year.
So the senior, Cameron Burse, with De La Pena in the backfield. De La Pena off the right side, and he squirts through the line. He's got some room, and across the 40, and he almost broke that one, Michael. He got tripped up, and he's moving the chains on that first down.
Yeah, that's a good job there of Andrew Kubera just staying on his feet and running hard despite trying to get leg tackled there by the Livermore defense.
So a two-receiver set now, two to the bottom of the screen. De La Pena again, and this time stacked up after a gain of about 2 yards. So we're looking at a 2nd and 8 here.
All right, just to let you know some of the starters for San Ramon, their quarterback is senior Cameron Burse. They like to have a lot of talented players on the field, none other than their tight end and star-studded linebacker Ryan Dunn.
So the two receivers move to the far side. Burse looking deep for Bangay and just overshot him. Number 22, Justin Bangay, with 14 receptions on the season, and that one just a little too far out of his reach. So a 3rd down coming up for the Wolves.
Some other starters for the Wolves. I don't have their offensive line. It's kind of hard to tell. Coach Kessler opting not to give us the starting line, starters before the game, but other talented players they'll throw out there. Marcus De La Pena will be the main back. He's a junior, really good speedster. Their top receiver comes back from last year, Matt Turner, a senior. Also look for Justin Bangay and Andrew Gubera, other seniors, to be lining up in receiver and running back formations.
Toss to De La Pena, and a nice defensive play there as 3 Cowboys rallied to the ball and forcing a 4th down here for the Wolves.
Yeah, and that's just a good job of just following the ball there, as Gubera getting a toss to the left side, and the Cowboys doing a good job of getting more than one defender out there to swarm the ball. And number 70, Matt Neal, a junior, one of the main guys in on that tackle, first one in on the tackle. He was pretty pumped after getting that stop there.
So Coach Kessler is going to keep his offense on the field. They go for it on this 4th and about 6. Burst looking lots of time. And he's got a receiver across the 40 and down to the 33-yard line. That's Ryan Dunn, the University of Arizona commit. So a nice play there on 4th down to move the chains for the Wolves.
Yeah, Ryan Dunn just doing a good job of running that out route here. He had some space along the near side towards us and made sure to run the route deep enough to where he got past the sticks, showed great hands once the ball was put there by his quarterback Burse, and had even a little bit of a return after. So Ryan Dunn looking impressive on the offensive end here. Heard a lot of good things about him on defensive side of the ball, but he's showing that he could be a target on the offensive side as well.
So Burse looking good here in the early going. 1st and 10 from the 34. Burse on the move, and that's complete to Dunn again, I believe, on the far sideline. It is Ryan Dunn with his 9th reception of the season. That's going to move the sticks.
And once again, Ryan Dunn just doing a good job. Another out route this time to the far side. Like I said, it's so important to run those routes deeper than the sticks. So often I'm watching the pro game, and on a 3rd down, I'm seeing these guys run shorter than the sticks. I'm like, why are you doing that? Run it deep enough to where you know you have a 1st down. You don't have to try to make moves to get it. Ryan Dunn doing a good job recognizing where the ball is on the field and how much yards it's going to take to get the 1st down, and then showing some really good hands. I mean, there was some good coverage there by Livermore on the play. They weren't too far off from the tight end, but Ryan Dunn just getting those hands up, just like you're taught to, diamonds up, makes the catch, and he's really stretching the field right now for San Ramon.
Yeah, great point, Michael, on running your route past the sticks. And I've seen it a number of times, too, in the college and pro game. And that 4th down was so crucial for the Wolves on this opening drive. And he got past those sticks to move the chain. So a few nice completions from Cameron Burse, who is, like I said, playing well in the early going. He's got some big shoes to fill. Zach Klein, the highly touted quarterback, as you mentioned in the pregame, one of the top in the country. And Burse is doing a nice job so far here in the early going.
Yeah, I got to see Zach Klein last year when I was covering Foothills season, against San Ramon. Talk about bad setup, man. Not as luxurious as this in a press box at Livermore. I want to thank the athletic director for hooking us up with that. Yeah, last year at San Ramon, I was stuck on the far corner of the stands, in the visitor stands. It was a rough setup. My dad was there to broadcast with me. It was pretty cool to have your dad be a part of the broadcast for the first time. But no, Zach Klein, everything that he was touted to be, and then some last year. And he is at Cal right now, not seeing some playing time yet, but his time will come.
Inside give and gain of 2 yards there down to the 20-yard line on first down for the Wolves.
And we talked to Coach Kessler about Cameron Burse. I asked him if there was any kind of tips and trades that maybe the young, the now senior starting quarterback picked up from the standout player, nationwide known player last year in Klein. And he said, no, he's just kind of doing his own thing. He learned some things, but really he's just doing his own thing out there, and that's what's going to make him successful is, don't try to be someone that you're not.
Gain of 3 on that play to De La Pena. Third down now. 9:30 left in this opening quarter here from Livermore High School. So a third down and 5 to go for the Wolves. Trips.
I was just about to point that out. I like this trips formation to the left. We're going to see what they're going to do with that. But I expect something juicy, maybe Ryan Dunn again.
Yeah, Dunn, the inside receiver on that trip side. They set up a screen to the right side. De La Pena's got room, and he's going to get in for the touchdown. San Ramon with a nice screenplay on that third down and 5, and they get in for the touchdown, Michael.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that formation. I mean, I knew something good was going to happen for San Ramon, just lining up trips for the first time tonight. And those trip set was really used as a decoy. They had all them receivers on the left. Instead, they go with a running back screen to the right. I believe that was De La Pena who made the reception and the score. Just a great job of, like I said, using the trips formation, setting it up as a decoy. You have all these players thinking it's definitely going to go to the side. I thought it was going to go to the trip side. Instead, running back screen to De La Pena. He knows how to break some tackles and find the open space and get in, and he does just that, getting 6 on the board for San Ramon.
And there's Matt Anderson as he puts that through the uprights. 9:04 left in the opening quarter here. 7-0 San Ramon scores on their opening drive.
All right, thank you. And folks, do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you were enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Thank you, sir. So San Ramon out on the field now, and Matt Anderson, who you mentioned briefly in the pregame, but he'll be on the field to kick it away. And Michael and I were talking before the game, one of the best kickers in the country, huh?
Yeah, Scout.com, I believe, had him listed as the second best kicker in the nation going up into this game. And he is definitely getting a lot of pub. He was getting a lot of pub. He was one of the top 25 East Bay high school football players to watch this year. Yeah, number 2 ranked kicker in the country according to Scout.com. That was coming into this season. Other guys that were noted on that top 25 East Bay high school football players to watch from the Contra Costa Times, quarterback Cameron Burse and linebacker Ryan Dunn. Burse and Dunn, both very good players as well.
So Anderson, and that's going to be a touchback out of the end zone. A big leg on him, and so the Cowboys will start from their own 20-yard line with 9:04 left in this first quarter.
And expect a lot of those from Matt Anderson. He has 5 touchbacks now, make that 6 touchbacks with that one right there. And it's interesting. High school still opting with the 20-yard line for the kick for the touchback measure. I don't know if you've been watching college ball a lot this year, but they switched. They are now, anytime there's a touchback, the ball gets taken out to the 25, so just 5-yard difference. But you're seeing a lot of kickers in the college game opt to kind of kick it high and short just to avoid the touchback going all the way out to the 25.
So Krieger, Max Krieger, the senior, on the give there to number 35, Tyler Rarden. So a second down and 5, a nice first down play off the left side there for the Cowboys.
Yeah, and you talk about Max Krieger, the one handing the ball off, the one playing the quarterback position tonight. Well, unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be like that going into the season. Coach Greg Hobner thought he had a dual-threat quarterback in Zach McPherson. McPherson broke his hand and now is going to be only playing defense for the rest of the season.
So 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen, another inside handoff, a keeper, and Krieger maybe picks up about 2 yards on that play, so it's going to be a third down and 2, possibly 1.
Yeah,
It's very manageable third down.
Krieger was officially listed as a receiver to start the season, but like I said, got thrown in the action. And talking to Coach Hobner before the game, he feels that Krieger can do a very good job of leading this offense in replacement of Zach McPherson. We'll see how he can convert, if he can convert on this third down.
And they do convert on the third down. The Cowboys have a first down on that give off the left side. And that time it was Louis Hernandez, the 5'7", 170-pound senior.
Yeah, they like Louis Hernandez a lot, but not only defensively but offensively. He is one of the top returners on this year's Cowboys squad. He will be the main running back along with Tyler Rardin. They really like to run the ball. That's one of the things Coach Hobner is stressing. Run, run, run. They've been like that for the last couple years. Remember last year they had two talented running backs in Mark Teixeira and Demarie Drew.
Yeah, coming into this game, they're averaging 335 yards on the ground and just over 33 in the air. So a run team for sure from the Cowboys, and that play is defended nicely by the Wolves. It's going to bring up second down with 7:20 left in this first quarter.
Yeah, Drew and Teixeira both pretty standout players. We saw them make a close game out of Foothill last year. They almost had the win there in Pleasanton, but Foothill getting some late scores and really taking that one away from Livermore. But Demarie Drew, my goodness, he was something else. He's at Cal, redshirting right now, and when he gets his time, he's going to be stellar, whether it's at the running back position or defensive back, maybe a kick returner.
Just under 7 minutes, 2nd and 9 option. Krieger keeps it, cuts it up the middle, across the 40 to the 46-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a first down for the Cowboys.
Yeah, Krieger adjusting his helmet there as he took a licking towards the end of that run. But great job by the quarterback there. Like I said, Krieger, now I can see what Hobner's talking about. He did a really good job there leading his team. He took it all himself on the quarterback keeper. He fakes the option, takes it himself, starts to the right, realized there wasn't going to be room there, then cut up towards the middle. And I like the footwork that Krieger showed on that run. First down run, he looked really good there. Has a lot of agility there. And we'll see if he can keep that up tonight against the San Ramon defense.
1st and 10. Give off the right side to Hernandez, and that's a nice gain on first down. First down so important, Michael, not only in your opening series, just throughout the game, getting at least 5 yards so you can really have 2 other downs to get the rest of the yardage there.
Yeah, and actually the ref's giving him a short spot there. He will not get the first down, but it was still a good run, good play call there by the offensive coordinator for Livermore. It was kind of like a delayed counter slash halfback run to the right side, and Louis Hernandez getting the give, waiting for things to develop, and then finding those holes along the near side, right side of the line, and comes close to the first down. Not quite. He's about 3 yards shy.
Yeah, so the Cowboys really trying to establish that run gain, and Hernandez again running over defenders, pushing that pile, gets down close to the 35-yard line. I think he'll be down at the 37. So important for Livermore to establish that run game, and they're doing it early on against an experienced defense, Michael. The San Ramon defense is very experienced.
Yeah, I mean, they are experienced. You talk about a defense that returned 7 of their 11 starters from last year's squad, but Louis Hernandez just showing that, hey, I may be small at 5'7", but I'm mighty at 170 pounds, really punishing the Wolves' defense there up the middle, getting some great yardage there. Is Louis. He has his helmet off here as there is a timeout on the field taken, I believe, by the Livermore Cowboys. So now each team with only 2 timeouts remaining. But, yeah, Louis Hernandez doing a good job of running that ball at the middle. Really quickly, let me get to the rest of the Livermore Cowboys starting lineup there. Starting tight end, they'll probably run 2 tight ends out there with Eric Ho and Nick Sproat, both seniors. Their lone receiver should be Kyle Walbridge, a junior. And on the line, it looks like they're going to line up like this. The left tackle is going to be number 78, Sam Oji, junior, along with left guard Frank Kerstetter, also a junior. And then they have the lone senior in the middle with Alex Azurski. And then once again, juniors on the right side as well with right guard Kevin Amaral being a junior, number 64, and number 87, Everett Powell, as a junior. So Livermore coming back onto the field from the timeout. They do have a 1st and 10 at the San Ramon 38-yard line.
5:44 in this opening quarter, and the inside give to Rardin. And he picks up a nice chunk of yards on that first down. Looks like they're going to have a second down in about 4.
And Rardin showing some tough running game up the middle. That would look like just a running back dive play designed through the right guard, right tackle gap, showing that tough Cowboy tenacity that Coach Hobner is expecting from his boys at this point. And not only him, but also the athletic director here. He's expecting that out of Hobner. He really loves the job that Hobner has done taking over this Livermore Cowboy program.
Hernandez trying to push the pile forward and gets close to the first down marker. They're looking at about a 3rd and 1. So the Cowboys doing a nice job establishing the run, and that's so important in this opening drive, Michael, just to build confidence for the offense.
Yeah. Well, we said earlier in this drive, this is a team that's not going to pass the ball by any means. They like to run, and then some, and they're going to keep running. I can't stop laughing as I see the Livermore Cowboy mascot out in the field. He's a funny-looking guy.
So that play blown dead before it gets going, and we'll have to see the reason for the whistles. I don't see a flag out on the field. And Krieger pointing in the Wolves' direction, so it looks like offsides on San Ramon Valley. So
yeah, a little encroachment there on the defense. Someone jumping over the ball there, and the line that's created by the ball. So that will give the Cowboys an automatic first down. And yeah, this Cowboys mascot, what a trip. You barely see high schools with mascots anymore these days, but he's down there on the track, shaking hands with the fans, white hat, big white hat.
1st and 10. Rarden picks up a few, and a nice hit there by the San Ramon Valley defense. A nice stop, I should say. And so a 2nd down and about 5, maybe 4 from the 20-yard line, from the 19, coming up on 4 minutes in this opening quarter.
Rarden trying to spin away from that one, but cannot do so. But he still picked up some positive yards, about 4 yards there, 5 yards actually, is what the scoreboard's indicating. So it'll be 2nd and 5 now for the Cowboys, and then they're driving. They're looking to punch one in.
Yeah, so double tight formation. Hernandez off the left side and got close to the first down marker, but a nice job by the San Ramon Valley defense as they substitute 4 in and 4 out here for this 3rd down and short.
Yeah, Livermore coming into this game 2-1 overall compared to the Wolves, who are 0-3. Livermore so far spotless at home. They are 1-0 at home so far this season.
So a very important 3rd down here, and Krieger getting instruction from his coaches, Hernandez and Rarden, the 2 backs in the backfield. And Krieger decided to keep it there and taken down in the backfield by number 43, Eric Yale. Nice defensive play by Yale.
Yeah, Yale just reading that one. I think they sent Yale on a blitz, and that was why he was able to get in early on the sack there of Krieger. Yale receiving some shoulder bumps from his teammates there. And San Ramon, like I said, I love their jerseys tonight with the gray helmets for the first time. Usually they come out with the green helmets and the kind of yellow Wolverine look. This time, gray helmets with the green Wolverine stripes outlined in yellow. And
I knew you would like them, Michael. They're not Nike, but they're nice.
That's right.
And I knew you would like them.
Yeah, they white jerseys with the green numbers and the yellow kind of shadow box there. Some names on the back in green font, and then they have that yellowish green stripe running from the shoulder down to the sides, and then they have the gray pants with the Wolves on the behind there, and the gray pants also have a green and yellow stripe. And with the timeout, I'll do another commercial here really quickly. PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. And believe me, I checked that out. I saw those links. There's some good stuff going on Twitter and on Facebook. I'll have to try to get involved in the Twitter action at some point tonight. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action you see every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And really quickly, just to give you the jersey recap, might as well keep it up with the Livermore Cowboys. They're trying to change their colors. As you see, Livermore or San Ramon coming out in the grays. Their main colors are gold and yellow. And Livermore is feeling like, hey, if we're going to be in the league with another green and gold team, we need to change. We need to be our own team. And they were here first, though. Oddly enough, they're the ones changing their colors. But they're still kind of in that transformation from green and gold to green and white now.
4th down and 5. Krieger looking, has Hernandez in the left flat, and he's going to get enough for the first down inside the 10-yard line. So a nice play call there from the Cowboys with under 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter.
Yeah, you got to like the Livermore Cowboys going for it on a fourth and about 5. And what they did was they swung out their running back. He was lined up to the left of Krieger in the shotgun, that being Louis Hernandez, just kind of does a little circle out route towards the far side there, makes the catch, has some room to run, picks up the first down, and now it's 1st and goal for the Cowboys. Like I said, they're knocking on the door. Can they get in?
So 1st and goal, and Krieger on the quarterback keeper spins out at 1 tackle, but he's going to lose yardage on this play more than he would have, Michael, if he went down initially. So it's going to be a 2nd down and goal for the Cowboys.
Yeah, it seemed like Krieger had the option there to either hand it off to Louis Hernandez or keep it himself. Probably should have handed off to Louis Hernandez. It looked like some space opened up later on in that play along the left side. There was a big hole opened up, but maybe that opened up because they saw that Krieger had the ball, did the San Ramon defense. And like you said, Krieger trying to escape 1 tackle, and in doing so, he ran backwards and will get sacked for a loss of yards. So now it's 2nd and goal, but a little bit lengthier of some yards to try to pick this one up. We'll see what they do here on this play.
So ball in the 15, just under 2 minutes, and the senior Krieger under center with Rardin and Hernandez. Hernandez gets the ball, and a nice tackle made there by Yale again, I believe, and it is Eric Yale. Another solo tackle for him. So a 3rd down and goal from the 15, Michael, and so crucial here for the Livermore Cowboys to get on the board in the early going here after having a very good opening drive on the ground.
Yeah, that was kind of a weird play, that last play, too, as Krieger dropped back, then kind of stopped midway through his drop back, and then continued to drop back some more before handing it off to Louis Hernandez. Just didn't look like that play was going to be going anywhere from the beginning. It didn't go anywhere, and now some confusion between Hernandez and some other position players out there as to where they're going to line up. Now they're trying to get it right. It looks like they're going to go trips to the right side, no receivers to the left, and now it's going to result in, I believe, a timeout called on the field. That way they avoid getting a delay of game call against them. So, yeah, it's the Cowboys taking the timeout, their 2nd timeout here in just their 1st drive of the contest with only 59.5 seconds left to go in the 1st quarter. So, now if they're going to need a timeout in the 2nd quarter, they're only going to have 1 more left. Some confusion there between where the players needed to line up down there. It looked like they wanted to go trips and players not figuring it out in time. So Hobner's now going to talk it out and see what they can do. Like I said, it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. So they need 16 yards to get the touchdown. Otherwise, maybe Amat will have to come in for the kicking duties. That being Ryan Galat. I'm sorry, not Amat. Ryan Galat, the senior. He should be taking some warm-up kicks if I was him, getting ready just in case the situation calls for it. But Livermore's jerseys, like I said, they're in that transition phase, trying to go from green and gold to green and white. As Coach was telling me, their players helped paint this press box just green with white. Also, the little snack shack there, just painted green and white, no gold involved in that. They still have the gold LHS logo on the field, but trying to get away from that. I'll break down the uni some more in some due time.
So a 3rd down and goal from the 16, trips to the bottom of your screen. Krieger to Hernandez, a double pass, wide open for the touchdown. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Yeah, I like that. That was the trickeration there.
Kyle
Number 80 on the
Walbridge.
other, Kyle Walbridge, the lone receiver, junior, getting in on the mix, 6'2", 170-pounder, and you got to like how that play was set up. They do go the trips to the right, just as they were about to do before the timeout. It's just a simple direct snap to the quarterback, shotgun set. Krieger throws it to Hernandez. He was the most inside of the 3 guys lined up in that trips formation. He fakes that gonna run, then steps back and gets back to the line of scrimmage so that he can throw the ball, and then throws it to a wide open receiver. That receiver was on the far side of the trips lineup. That was Kyle Walbridge, wide open in the end zone, makes the catch in the back of the end zone, both hands up, and you gotta like how Coach Hobner going to the trickeration to get the score there and tie things up. Or actually, no, they will not tie things up. The extra point, no good by Galat. So Livermore trailing by a point now just before the end of the 1st quarter. 7-6 your score, and Livermore's got to feel good about punching it in on their first drive and getting the equalizer, not in points, but at least in scores against their opponent tonight, the San Ramon Valley Wolves. I guess I'll lead that into another quick commercial, then we'll jump into that, folks. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
Yeah, so a fantastic play call from Coach Hobner there. they'd been running the ball. They had one pass completion to Hernandez for that first down, but the defense is just keen on Hernandez and Rardin there, thinking that any little pass is going to stay on the ground. And so a nice double pass, nice halfback option pass there from Hernandez to number 80, Kyle Walbridge, for the score. PAT was no good, so Cowboys down by 1, but a nice opening drive. Squib kick down the middle, and that's Bangay. Picks it up at his own 15, running across the field, and doesn't get much. Nice job by the kick coverage team for the Cowboys. So 1st and 10 with 44 seconds left. Ball is on the 19-yard line for the Wolves.
Yeah, it looked like Dan Troutman was the one who got down there in a hurry to make the tackle. 5'8", 180-pound senior, returning from injury and suspension. And I noticed that Zach McPherson, the injured quarterback, was out there on kickoff team as well. You see him back in the backfield, lined up as about a safety. He's normally a linebacker, and Coach Hobner feels that he's talented enough to play at the next level collegiately at defense. And like I said, he's back in the defensive backfield, lined up more as a safety right now. Now he's coming up in with his linebackers here.
Play action. Burst looking deep. He's got a receiver and overshot. Number 25, J.J. Koski. He had him there, Michael.
Yeah, and that play, I was trying to read it from beginning to end. They set up that play action, did San Ramon, and Zach McPherson thought that it was a real handoff there because he came up and just destroyed the running back. Zach McPherson with that cast on his right hand there, coming up and using that as a weapon. But it was a pass play, and Burst could have had 6 had he just connected with his receiver. Overthrown ball there. Had he not overthrown, his receiver was wide open. That should have been a score.
Play action, Burst looking. He's got De La Pena out in the right flat. De La Pena across the 30. Makes a nice cut across the 40 out to midfield. And brought down by McPherson. Looks like it could have been a horse collar tackle there. I'm not quite sure. That's what it looked like, Michael, but a big gain on the pass play to De La Pena.
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that as well. I was looking for the flags, did not see him come out, so luckily McPherson got away with the one because it did look like he reached high and grabbed him down by the horse collar. But really, you just got to give props to San Ramon on that play. Nice little call set up. They get their running back out there in the flats, Marcus De La Pena, far side. And De La Pena, like I said, he knows what to do when having the ball in his hands. Great agility, great speed, gets past a couple would-be tackles, and brings the ball all the way deep into Livermore territory. And now it looks like they are going to call the horse collar there. Maybe the men in the stripes hearing us from all the way up here in the booth as they're moving this one up a considerable amount, 15-yarder, and that's going to take the ball from what would have been the 46 of Livermore all the way down to the 31 of Livermore. So now San Ramon really helped out by that horse collar.
Just under 30 seconds, and the workhorse so far for the Wolves, De La Pena spinning out of tackles and down to the 15-yard line. What a great piece of running there by De La Pena.
Yeah, just when you thought De La Pena was brought down, as you saw a cluster of green and white, and it looked like he was brought down. And then out of nowhere, he escapes out of this cloud, if you will. And really great running there by De La Pena to stay on his feet and keep those legs chugging for the first down and more.
So the Wolves going with the no huddle here, trying to tire out the Cowboys defense. De La Pena again, and this time a short gain from De La Pena. It's going to be second down, and the first quarter is going to come to an end. So after one here in Livermore, 7-6, the San Ramon Valley Wolves on top of the Livermore Cowboys.
All right, folks. Remember this, if you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School broadcast program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. We've seen that with Bishop O'Dowd. They've now kind of adopted our system, and they're now broadcasting their own games. We used to cover O'Dowd's games, not anymore. So for more information, go to playonsports.com/SPP. And look at that. That's creative right there. The cheerleaders using a sign. Some player or some guy, I don't know if it's a fan, I don't know if it looks like a fan, who told the cheerleaders to make a sign for him asking Molly if she'll go with him to homecoming. And it looks like fans are clapping because I believe Molly said yes. So, hey, way to go, pal. You got to love the inventiveness there. Using the cheerleaders to help him get a date to homecoming. Sometimes you just need a little push.
You do. He got it there, and he got a yes. So,
way to go, buddy. I hope you have a great time with Molly.
So the Wolves coming back out on the field, and anytime you need a fantastic, detailed jersey description, Michael Smith is your man. You're on it. Always.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not Nike because it'd be that much better for you.
Yes, you know me, I'm big time Nike fan, but I'm looking at the Livermore Cowboys jerseys and I like them. They're kind of plain, but they're cool. All green jerseys with the plain front. Above the numbers on the front, it says Cowboys in a very small capitalized font. They have green helmets with a white stripe running down the middle, and on each side of the helmet, it reads Cowboys in a capitalized font, kind of in green, outlined in white. And then they have white pants with the green Livermore going down one side and Cowboys going down the other, both in capitalized font.
2nd down and 3 from the 9. Off the right side was
I don't know who was carrying the ball. I believe it was either De La Pena or maybe Matt Turner. I do know who was in on the tackle, though. The tackle was made by Jacob Velasco, junior defensive back, really came up and forced the issue there on the play. And so now you're looking at a 3rd and 9, not quite 3rd and goal, but 3rd and 9 for San Ramon. They run twins to the left. What are they going to do here with Burse?
And that was Jarrett Reed, jet. Burse, a wide open Turner, and Turner just couldn't hang on. That's a top receiver for San Ramon Valley on the season. He's got 19 receptions for 215 yards and 2 scores.
Yeah, that is uncanny. It's just something you don't see too often from their top receiver, Matt Turner, 5'11", 175-pounder. He's looking to play collegiate ball at the next level, but I'll tell you what, you drop the ball like that, coaches are going to turn their eyes and attention the other way. So Turner has got to come up with catches like that, especially wide open out there in the flats. Throw was right on the money from Burse. Turner just right into his chest, and that's what you don't use the hands, that kind of stuff's going to happen.
4th and 3 now, Burse. And Turner hauls that one in for the score. Touchdown, Wolves. Turner redeems himself right there, Michael.
Yeah, and you gotta appreciate Coach Kessler for doing that and allowing Turner to redeem himself. You know, so many times players get discouraged there, especially top-notch guys when they don't make the play. But Coach Kessler having trust and having faith in his top-notch receiver to say, you know what, we're going to throw the ball to you once again. This time show your worth. And he does on a deep slant route from the right side coming into the middle of the field, into the middle of the end zone. Anderson, of course, he's automatic with the PAT.
And he drills it.
Yeah. But yeah, you got to love Coach Kessler for dialing that one up, going back to his star receiver after dropping the last pass. Great play call there by Kessler, and way to haul that one in for Turner. And once again, great throw. I mean, I'm trying to get everyone involved here. Burse put that one on the money. Turner this time using his hands, saying, I am not going to try to catch it with the chest. And it worked out for everyone involved with the San Ramon Valley Wolves.
So coming up on 10:36 to be exact, in this second quarter. 14-6 the score here on the campus of Livermore High School.
Yeah, San Ramon, we talk about Turner returning to this year's team. We should call him returner. But offensive starter, he's one of 5 guys that came back. 5 out of 11, not bad. We talked about the defensive starters, 7 of 11. It's pretty good for San Ramon. You compare that to Livermore, who only has 3 of 11 offensive starters coming back and 4 of 11 defensive starters. So you see San Ramon Valley does have the edge in that, and experience is key. I don't care what anyone says. There's a big-time difference between having guys that have been there and guys that are just taking the field for their varsity first go-around.
So a short kick, going across midfield, down to the 40, and out around the 30-yard line was number 31, Silva.
And I don't know what San Ramon was thinking there. You have a guy in Anderson that's capable of giving you a touchback every time. Why not? And to waste his leg on a squib kick type of onside kick, you're up 14-7. There's absolutely no need for that. I guess they were trying to catch Livermore off guard, but instead Livermore was completely ready for it. And with the big return there for Livermore, I believe was number 3, Gage Logie. And Logie doing a good job of catching it right off the bounce, didn't bobble it or drop it in any shape or form. And he had a good return. He had a great hole opened up for him near side. And Gage Logie, his mom was the one that hooked us up. Actually, that was James Silva, I'm sorry, with the return there. But Silva doing a good job of finding that hole, and that's why he's up there on the hands team. doing a good job, like I said, not bobbling it at all, getting a great return down the near side. We couldn't even see it because these fans were juiced standing up in front of us, and a great return all the way down to the San Ramon 13. You want to talk about great field position for starting off here in this second drive. And there should be some points coming away out of this, barring any kind of tragic mishap here for the Livermore Cowboys.
Yeah,
and look at that referee catching us on our guard, throwing up that flag. I was like, hey, I didn't see nothing. He was just throwing it up for giggles there.
But there was a flag on the play. He brought it down to the 22.
Oh.
I saw him bring it down to the 30. Then we had the fans stand up and obstructed our view. He brought it down to the 22-yard line, and then there was a 10-yard penalty on the Wolves.
Oh, wow.
So Hernandez now gets it inside the 10.
Was it an unsportsmanlike conduct? Or
It was only a 10-yard penalty, so I'm not sure. I didn't see a call, but they did move the ball up as Silva had taken it to the 22-yard line.
We'll have to check with our cameraman at halftime, see what his take on that was.
So 2nd down and 7, under 11 minutes now, 14-6 the score. San Ramon on top here in this East Bay Athletic League matchup, the first for both these teams.
Yeah, we're going to have to try to get some other scores from some of the other East Bay Athletic League openers going on tonight. Monte Vista at Foothill and Amador Valley at California.
Hernandez pushing the pile, and he gets in for the score. A nice piece of running from Louis Hernandez, churning those feet, Michael.
Yeah, Louis Hernandez, he's been running the ball hard all throughout this first half, and he doesn't stop doing so there on that play, punching it in from about 9 yards out. So a really good job of running the ball there by Louis Hernandez. He has definitely impressed me so far with this hard running up the middle so far tonight. And we'll see what the extra point attempt's going to do here for Livermore. Instead of Galat, it's James Silva lining up to – oh, no, it is Galat Silva being used as the holder. Let's see if Galat can get it to go in this time. And the PAT blocked. That's going to be for San Ramon.
14-12 now.
San Ramon's number 61 in on the tackle. And I'm looking for my roster, fumbling through my roster. Who do you have for that?
Brad Stubner.
Brad Stubner doing a good job of getting in there through penetrating the line and making the tackle.
Yeah, so I thought, Michael, that they might try to go for 2 there, but they elect to attempt the PAT. And so 14-12 now with under 10:30 to go.
Yeah, that would have been a smart call, trying to go for the tie, especially after they missed the first PAT on their first score. But they thought maybe, let's not risk anything and, keep it close, keep it competitive. That's all Craig Hobner's stressing right now. Keep this thing as close and competitive as we can, and that'll help us find ways to win this game. Instead, it wasn't meant to be again on the extra point try. This time it was blocked. Last time, Galat just came up short, but this time a great penetration there by the kick blocking, the PAT blocking squad out there for San Ramon. And so now it is a 2-point game.
Squib kick right down the middle, taken at the 25-yard line and brought down around the 35. It looked like that was Matt Winokur who picked up the ball, the junior 5'11", 175-pound defensive back and backup quarterback. So 10-22 until halftime, 14-12, and San Ramon will come back out onto the field. Trips to the near side. Gubera, the inside receiver. De La Pena to Bursa's right. And De La Pena swallowed up right away. Maybe a gain of 1. It looks like he did get a yard on that play, so a 2nd down and 9 coming up on 10 minutes.
All right, we haven't talked about this Livermore defense. Their starters should look like this on the line. They'll go up with a 4-4 set. Their defensive ends, Matt Neal and Sam Oji, and their defensive tackles, Lucas Blumenlag and Nick Sproat. Neal, a junior, Blumenlag, a sophomore, Sproat, a senior, and Oji, a junior. Get you the rest in a minute.
9:50, 2nd down and 9. Burst looking. He's got a receiver open. And it looked like Green had it and then fumbled it, but was able to fall back on. That's going to be a completion. Jeff Green moves the chains for the San Ramon Valley Wolves.
Yeah, Jeff Green doing a good job on the route running there, selling the deep route and then coming back on the comeback route there. Makes the catch and then bobbled it on his return there. Luckily, he was able to get on top of it after he did drop it towards the end of his return, but it is going to be a first down nonetheless for the Wolves.
De La Pena up the middle and taking defenders with him close to the first down mark, and I think he may have enough. So a 10-yard gain, it looks like, on first down with close to 9 minutes left in this second quarter.
And, yeah, it is going to be a first down. No, the chain gang was starting to move the sticks, and then the ref said, not so fast, my friend, in the words of Lee Corso. They placed the ball just shy of the first down marker.
So a 9-yard gain on first down from De La Pena. Play action, burst.
And Burst fumbles the ball.
That's going to be an intentional grounding as Burst was going down, pressured by Sproat. He just threw it into the ground, and right there, you just really want to go down there, Michael. I mean, for a quarterback with not a lot of experience, sitting behind Klein.
Yeah.
You know, you think he'd maybe learn some stuff from Klein, but you really have to be in the game to experience things like this, and he just tossed it, a bad decision there, throwing it into the ground.
Yeah, and the refs are going to make that an easy call there. I mean, all he has to do is watch a local professional team, and he'd know that that's not the case. If he just watched some Niner games, he'd know that Alex Smith has been saying it time and time over these first couple weeks, hey, I'm just going to hold on to the ball and take the sack. That's way better than trying to do too much. You know, when I see defenders, I'm going to go down. It's better than risking an interception, in this case, a penalty for the Wolves.
So third down and long, they set up a screen to De La Pena, and the Cowboys defense right there, a gain of 10 yards, but not going to get enough for the first down. De La Pena into Cowboy territory, but that's going to bring up fourth down and about 5 or 6 yards.
The Cowboys with that bend, don't break mentality there, defense, letting San Ramon get a good chunk of yards on that play, but not letting them get the first down. Now it's going to be 4th and 5, and we'll see. They're going to line up with 4 receivers set, does San Ramon, with only 1 back. Burst calling out his receivers to get in the right formation.
So San Ramon 1 for 1 on their 4th down attempt earlier. They went to Dunn this time. Stop.
And that's going to be close. I don't know if Dunn's initial movement was at the 1st-yard marker. It looked like he caught the ball just shy before he was drove back by a defender there for Livermore. And yes, the refs are going to signal a turnover on downs. Ryan Dunn did not have forward progress on that catch. And so the Cowboys, huge momentum swing now to the home team. They must take advantage of this before the first half ends. They have a lot of time to do so. 8:10 remaining here in the first half. Great job there by the Cowboys defense of coming up and knocking Dunn right away as soon as he made the catch, stopping him from getting any kind of positive momentum gain up the field and turning the ball over on downs. Really impressed there with the Cowboys defense on that 4th down.
So 1st and 10 from the 47. Krieger to Rarden, who spins his way out across the 50 down to the 47-yard line of the Wolves.
Yeah, that was Rarden getting the carry. I'm going to go over what I think the defense is looking like for San Ramon. That should be a 3-4-4 setup with Bud Staubner, Armando Roca, and Kim on the lines, with Roca the only junior, Kim and Bad Staubner both seniors. And their linebackers should be Ryan Dunn, Jet Reed, Yohan Williams, and Peter Tagliaferri, all seniors except Tagliaferri Jr.
Krieger on the keeper avoids 1 tackle and then taken down near the 45-yard line. A nice hit there put on by Ryan Dunn, who will be playing his college ball for Rich Rod. And Arizona getting up into the top 25, looking good down there. So
yeah, both parties really excited about that. Not only is Arizona excited to bring Dunn on, and so is the recruiting coach, and we'll talk about that. I got a little article to bring up on that. But Ryan Dunn really happy. He's a solid commit, not backing up out of it. He cannot wait to go to the land of the sun down there in Tucson, get to play for Rich Rod and the Arizona Wildcats.
Rarden and Hernandez gets this time running hard, as he's been doing all game, up to the 40-yard line and finally brought down. So that's going to move the chains. That's going to be a 1st down and 10 coming up on 7 minutes now in the second quarter. And Hernandez, Michael, has been doing a fantastic job so far in this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the little engine that could out there. I mean, like I said, his legs are not stopping. I mean, he's been taking some good upper body contact, good upper body hits on these runs, but he just continues to keep those legs churning and moving and not stopping at all. Just a relentless motor right now that we're seeing out of Hernandez, and it's spreading to the rest of this offense. I love his heart there. He keeps running so hard, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Hernandez.
Hernandez breaks one across the 20 across the 10. And does he get in? He does. He's in for the touchdown. Louis Hernandez with a nice run. Cut it back across the field to the near side and got in for the score, Michael.
Louis Hernandez showing us a little bit of a difference there, too. Now, not only is he pounding it up the middle, but now once he pounds it up the middle, we're seeing that he has that breakaway tendency to get away from the defense. That's what he did there. He got through that first initial set of defenders there for San Ramon up in the middle, and then just broke off to the side, near side. I couldn't even see it with all these fans just jubilated after that run, but he broke away, and a really good job there of Louis Hernandez, just great agility to kind of step away, sidestep some of those tackles, juke some defenders, really running hard. And then, like I said, the breakaway speed there at the end.
And the PAT is good to make it 19-14. Sorry, Michael, go ahead.
No problem. I'm sorry for letting you for going past you there. Galat, like I said, I can't even see the attempt there by Galat to see if that's good, but I'll take your word for it. 19-14, the home team. Livermore Cowboys getting on top. And, you know, this is a team that badly needed to feel like they could play in this game, and I think right now they are definitely in this game with San Ramon. You know, a lot of people were saying San Ramon 0-3's record not showing what they really are. We were saying that the pregame as they had to play a really tough preseason schedule, but maybe it's the Cowboys showing how good they are. They're 2-1 mark. Yeah, they've played Hayward and Liberty, teams that really don't have the best records around, but you know, they're playing tough right now, and they're showing that they are a good team.
So 19-14, 6:39 left in this first half. And yeah, Michael, that's got to build confidence for both sides of the ball. The defense stopping San Ramon there, and then the offense being able to score. So a real momentum shift we're seeing here in this second quarter on the campus of Livermore High School. Another squib kick down the middle and falling on at the 27-yard line by Eric Bernstedt, number 65. Excuse me, number 75, Brandon Lim.
Yeah.
Fell on that one, didn't want to try to return that at all. I think that's the smart play there with the Cowboys kick coverage bearing down on him.
And that score all started with that stop on fourth down there from the Livermore defense, stopping one of the very talented playmakers for the San Ramon Valley squad. Ryan Dunn made the catch, could not get the yards necessary due to a great tackle. And then, of course, Louis Hernandez, he was the man of that drive there, running hard and eventually punching it in.
De La Pena off the left side. He's got some room across the 40 and out to midfield. De La Pena with a nice run on first down.
Yeah, De La Pena seeing daylight there once he got past the middle and then lunging to his left side. A really good run after, or just a really good run there of picking up first down yardage and then some. And I gotta like Zach McPherson, the injured quarterback, showing heart, playing his defensive ball with that broken arm, chasing De La Pena down. Because if he didn't chase De La Pena down, who knows? De La Pena could have had Pater.
Yeah, he could have, Michael. And yeah, looks like they're gonna tack on something here at the end of that run. A penalty on the Cowboys.
One thing I will note from McPherson, he is going high. I don't know if it was another horse collar tackle. Maybe with that broken arm, he can't really wrap up low.
Yeah, that's a good point, Michael.
Yeah,
really only having one hand to try to wrap up.
Right, it's tough.
Offset eye, and
someone moved early.
Play is blown dead, so looks like they're going to bring that back 5 yards. Looks like someone, as Michael said, there was some movement on the San Ramon Valley Wolves. 6:28 left until halftime, and the home squad, the Livermore Cowboys, up 19-14. Louis Hernandez so far doing a fantastic job on the ground, running hard, and the 5'7" Hernandez with that low pad level, he's got to be running. He's about 5'4" when he's running with those low pads there, Michael. It's got to be tough to tackle.
Getting low is the key as a running back, and that's why I regret my football playing days. I wanted to be a receiver so bad, but I think if I would have went out as a running back, I could have had way more success because no one's getting lower than me. I'm 5'3".
Very good. Off the left side now. Some room. That's me another first down run.
I believe that
was the Jet.
Jet Reed, yeah.
Yep. Jarrett Reed, the senior running back.
Looking more like a jumbo jet there going up the middle, busting through some
Yeah.
tackles.
Rumbling.
Rumbling, stumbling, and getting some good yards there. The Jet, that has to be one of the coolest nicknames I've heard in a long time.
Marcus De La Pena now. And a short gain from De La Pena as we tick just under 6 minutes here. So it's going to be a second down and what looks to be about 5 yards.
Yeah, I remember coming off the field there for Livermore of their defense. I believe that was number 70, Matt Neal, getting a breather. You look at their linebackers. They, like I said, 4 linebackers. Taylor Disbro, Jr., Zach McPherson, Sr., Gage Logie, a senior, and Jacob House, a junior.
Another inside handoff. And that was the Jet again, I believe.
Hard running by the Jet, who's just making sure to hold on to that ball. Good, having the great cradle there, and just kind of using that as boom, boom, using his upper shoulder body strength to kind of continue forward on these runs.
So
bouncing off would-be tackles.
Jet Reed gains 3 on that play to make it 3rd down and 2 from the 14 of the Cowboys. Jet still in the backfield with number 2, Marcus De La Pena, the junior.
It'll be a 3rd and short here, and Cameron Burse, I believe, is going to call timeout. He will. He was up close in center with his center and barking out some instructions, and I guess he didn't feel like he was going to get the play that he wanted in time, and so he calls a timeout. And so now San Ramon has no more timeouts remaining in this half. There's still 4 minutes and 52 seconds left. One of the things I was noticing was on the back of the Cowboys program that I was given before the game. It says Cowboys Fight. Now, I guess that's their motto. And I like a fan who's in front of us. She has a shirt that says Unite for the Fight on the back. That's a great looking shirt as it really points out their slogan, their motto.
Exactly.
Some interesting sets of fans here as we have 2 guys sitting next to each other, one with the Niners snapback and one with the Jets snapback. Those 2 teams will play each other 2 weeks from now. The Niners play the Vikings this weekend, and then they will go to New York. So we'll see if those guys remain friends throughout the week or if they make a friendly wager.
Back to the action now with Jet and De La Pena in the backfield. It's going to be De La Pena taking defenders with him, and that's going to be enough for the first down. Down to the 11-yard line, it looks like.
Yeah, and
it's going to be a first down and 10.
And hopefully the Niner guy bets a lot of money because I think they're going to win big against New York Jets. I don't want to forecall anything yet, but they should handle that one. But first things first, the Niners got to handle business against Minnesota Vikings this weekend.
Another run from De La Pena.
De La Pena tripped up there as he tried to run left side, tripped over. Looked like the lineman kind of fell. They fell to the ground there. And not much running room there for De La Pena. Like I said, tripped over his own offensive line.
Yeah. Gain of 2, so gets down to the 9-yard line. The Wolves looking at a 2nd and 8, 4:20 and counting in the second quarter. 19-14 your score. Burse, play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Unloads one, and Dunn can't hang on to it. He would have been out of the end zone anyway.
Yeah,
we have a flag, so we'll see what the flag is. Go ahead, Michael.
I was just about to say, even if he made the catch, he wouldn't have been in bounds doing so.
And it's a hold on the Wolves.
Yeah, it looked like Burse had a little bit more time than the play was going to handle for. And, yeah, there was a hold there. That's how Burse had such amount of time to get ready to uncork that ball there, rolling to his right. It's not official yet, but that's what the referees are talking about, and it looks like they're talking to Gage Logie about what he wants to make the call. I guess he's one of the defensive captains for the Livermore Cowboys, and yes, it will be a hold against the San Ramon Valley Wolves, so back them up a bit. And now they're looking at a huge third down. It's going to be 3rd and really long.
Second
down? Okay, yeah, you're right, because they're going to replay that down. It should be 2nd and 20 for the Wolves. And the scoreboard finally got it right. Burse in the shotgun.
22-yard line for the Wolves. 2nd down and 20, Burse looking down the field. And he's got a receiver wide open, and Turner got in for the touchdown. Matt Turner with the score there. A nice completion from Burse to Turner. That's Turner's 4th score of the year.
Turner, the lone receiver there on the far side, running a post corner route. And the ball, a beautiful lob fade there from Cameron Burst to his wide receiver, Turner. Turner had to go up and get that one and makes the catch despite falling down on his back, falling backwards, but into the end zone for the score. And so now San Ramon a point away from tying this one, but they're going to try to take the lead before the half, 20-19, and they're going for 2.
Yeah, so they're going to try to make this a 3-point game here. De La Pena, did he get in?
I don't know. I don't think so. It looked like he got swallowed up by the Cowboys D.
And that's no good. So De La Pena very close.
But no cigar.
The 2-point conversion and the Cowboy defense there again. So that's another confidence builder for the Cowboys. I mean, San Ramon scores, but you're able to stop them as San Ramon's trying to make it a 3-point game. And the Cowboys, nice job on defense again.
Right.
20-19 with 4 minutes left until halftime.
That was just as big for the Cowboys as it was for San Ramon earlier when they got that PAT block. So keeps the game at a 2-point or at a 1-point distance right now. The San Ramon Valley Wolves don't take the lead and they don't tie. Cowboys still have the lead, and that's something good to have right now. They want to try to hold that lead for as long as they can. 4 minutes left to go in the second half, and they're looking for a score right now to try to get a little bit more of a comfortable cushion. But just having the lead at this point is something big, and these players don't want to look too much into it because you don't want to just cherish having the lead. Ultimately, you do want to finish on top with this game. But believe me, it is big for this program right now to even be leading against what I feel coming into this game was a more talented San Ramon Valley Wolves squad.
So the future California Bear Anderson kicks that one into the end zone, so that will come out to the 20. And Michael, they should be using Anderson's leg like that every single time. No more squib kicks. Just get it into the end zone and put the ball in the 20.
Yeah, I sure wouldn't be squib kicking with a guy like Anderson. Has a great boot. He can kick it from just about anywhere on the field.
So 4 minutes to go. The Wolves offense, who's had some success, a lot of success I should say, running the ball, they are a running team, averaging 335 yards on the ground and just over 33 through the air. So back out onto the field, Max Krieger, the senior 6'1", 210-pound quarterback, comes on. 2 receivers to the top of the screen, and Rardin and Hernandez, the 2 backs who have been doing all the work tonight, come out, and Krieger pitches it out to Hernandez, who gets outside, and a great pitch from Krieger as they ran the option, but Krieger took a big hit there from the San Ramon Valley defense.
Yeah, he did. He got a big hit there along the far side. I believe that was number 44 for San Ramon, chasing him down to make the tackle there, that being Armando Roca, nose guard. But a good play set up there. They had Rardin, the other running back, used as a lead blocker downfield. Didn't have a chance to really get a good block on somebody, but I like the play call.
Krieger, and maybe a yard on that play. It's going to bring up 3rd down with 3:40 left until halftime. And we saw McPherson there in that set in the slot. So we'll see if they're actually going to try to get the ball to him. It might be a little bit, I think it's a little bit hard for him to catch there with that broken right hand, Michael. But
yeah, if he's going to be used at all, it's going to be a running back. They're just going to try to handle the ball and see how good he could do cradling it with one hand. But look, there is McPherson. He is out there offensively, something that Coach said he wasn't probably going to do tonight.
And quarterback keeper from Krieger, and it is enough for a 1st down. So
the Krieger keeper working.
The Krieger keeper is working. 1st down and 10, and coming up on 3 minutes. 20-19 the score. San Ramon leading this contest. But the Cowboys looking to put together a nice drive here before halftime.
Ryan Dunn, the only player out there for San Ramon with them bright yellow cleats. I like when someone has cleats like that. That way it's easy for me to notice. There's a man for Cowboys who has some bright green cleats, that being Walbridge.
And that run snuffed out right away. A host of Wolves defenders in on Hernandez.
Actually, that's Tyler Locatelli who has the bright cleats for his Cowboys. He has those bright neon lime green Nike cleats. Locatelli, who guy returning from injury, and looks like the Livermore Cowboys will call timeout, their last timeout here before in the first half with 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. And I guess that'll lead me towards giving you another advertisement, folks. PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for high school Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships events in all sports from across the country. I cannot wait to call some soccer, some volleyball, maybe. I don't know how they're going to do cross country. We're probably going to have a weird setup for that if we're going to be covering that. We're going to see if that works out. I mean, I've been told we're doing every championship for every sport in these sections. We'll see how the cross country one works out. We're going to have some multiple camera angles, I think, for that one. But, folks, just know that PlayOnSports.com, we do it all for high school sports. Why? Because high school sports lives here.
That's right, Mr. Michael Smith. And right now the Cowboys trying to move the ball down the field as they are facing a 2nd down and 8 from their own 32-yard line, and Hernandez and Rarden in the backfield behind Krieger, option to the near side. Rarden gets the pitch, and San Ramon right there to stop him. Looks like it's going to be a loss on the play. A 3rd down and 11, it looks like, where the spot is going to be. It looks like they spotted him at the 30-yard line, maybe the 31. So a 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 10, they're calling it, with 2:13 and counting. So very important here for the Cowboys, as there are 2 minutes now before halftime. And we saw earlier on their, this is a 3rd down and long, but earlier on their 4th down conversion, they rolled out Krieger and hit Hernandez. Might do some of the same here with 3 receivers to the top of the screen. Krieger on the draw play, and Rarden swallowed up by that San Ramon Valley defense. Number 45, Johan Williams, right there. Looked like Krieger would have had a better chance rolling out, but they decided to call a draw there, Michael, and Williams was there to swallow up Rarden.
Yeah, Johan Williams, great instincts there for that San Ramon defensive lineman. And 4th and very long, and the Cowboys are just going to punt this one away. Cheerleaders trying to get the fans engaged here at this moment right before half.
So a flag down on the field on this 4th down and 17, but they're going to march it up 5 yards as the penalty was on San Ramon Valley. So 4th down and 12 now, but that doesn't change the decision here, as the Cowboys will punt from their own 29-yard line. And Harris gets it away. Punt is muffed at the 40. And another flag in on the play, and as number 4, Andrew Gubera takes it out to around the 47-yard line. So we'll see what the flag is on that return, and Gubera muffed that punt at first, was able to gather it and take it up for a return of 7 yards.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell what the call was there on the field, why the flags were thrown. It was just kind of a hodgepodge of things going on, activity going on.
Either a hold or a block in the back, it looks like, as San Ramon is going to be pushed back with 51 seconds now. So a little bit of time to work with. We'll see what Coach Kessler has in store for the Wolves, if he's going to let Burse air it out here or if they're going to play it safe. They're up by 1, 20-19, with under a minute to go.
Some other scores in the league. California leading Amador Valley at the half, 14-7, and Monte Vista and Foothill tied at 7 in the halftime of their contest.
Play action. Bangay on a little wide receiver screen, it looked like there, as Bangay was outside on the far side of the formation and came inside to Burse. And so the clock continues to run, coming up on 30 seconds now.
And some scores and some games. I'll get those to you in just a minute. Some other games being covered by PlayOn.
Burse. Pass complete out near the 50. And that was number 22, Justin Bangay, this time again. So that'll move the sticks. 22.5 seconds left. First down and 10.
Yeah, a little go route slash kind of out route at the end there. Bangay turning around in time. He knew when the ball was going to be there. Got out of bounds, stopped the clock with 22.5 seconds. We'll see what San Ramon's going to mount here.
So Burst showing he can throw the ball in that one in and out of the hands of Guberra.
Yeah, great job there. James Silva wrapping in for the tackle and knocking that ball loose. The ball should have been caught there. Would have been caught, but Silva making a great defensive play and stopping the clock. Some other scores here, like I said, games that are being covered by PlayOn. Miramani and Dublin tied 7-7 at the half. Oak Grove leading McClymonds 20-6 in the second quarter and make that 20-12 is the last update I have in that game. And Granite Bay, the last update I had of them was that they were leading 6-0 over Pittsburgh in the first.
Burst rolling right, looking down the field, and he's got a receiver down to the 20-yard line.
Wow, great play there by San Ramon. That was number 26, Zachary Diekman, or make that number 25, I'm sorry, J.J. Koski, the sophomore receiver, just getting past the cornerback there along the near sideline, making the catch. It was good coverage, but he just got past the defender there at the end. Clock rolling back now, 8 seconds left.
And he kills the clock. So first down and 10 from the 24 and a spike from Burst. 8 seconds left. And
Okay, so
Koski with a nice reception there, and Burst really impressive here. I mean, San Ramon's known as more of a passing team. They're averaging 209 yards per game and rushing for 91. But sitting behind a guy like Zach Klein, must have taken some things from him, and he's really showing that he can throw the ball tonight. But looks like they got in Anderson's range, and so they're going to try a field goal. Matt Anderson.
Oh no, bad snap there. San Ramon's going to have to make something out of nothing, and now a fumble.
And just falling on, so it would have been a
42-yarder.
Yeah, 42-yarder from Anderson, but that's going to do it. They're going to go into halftime with a 1-point lead, trying to extend it to 4, but
another big break for Livermore.
Exactly, I'm about to say that. Another win for the Livermore defense, and they've had a couple of those, so I'd say momentum Livermore going into halftime.
Yeah, they definitely have the momentum going into the half, and they will get the ball to start the second half. So Livermore going to try to take advantage of that, take advantage of this hometown energy right now. They are 1-0 at home. Like I said, they're trying to keep that record spotless, go to 2-0 at home, and they definitely have the momentum as they head into the locker room. So
at halftime, 20-19, San Ramon Valley in the lead over the Livermore Cowboys. Stay tuned as we'll be back shortly with our PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
So I don't have any of them written down.
Okay, Turner has 2.
Turner has 2.
And Hernandez has 2. Who had the first one for?
The first one was Marcus De La Pena.
No, okay, De La Pena for, okay. And welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show, coming to you live from Livermore High School. We're on the campus of Livermore High School. So, Michael, at halftime, the score 20-19. The San Ramon Valley Wolves on top. A touchdown from De La Pena, 2 from the wide receiver Turner. And for the Livermore Cowboys, Hernandez involved in all the action. He's got a touchdown pass on that halfback option and 2 touchdown runs,
Yeah, so let's break it down a little bit. San Ramon Valley started with the ball, the opening kickoff, and they made good with their first drive. It was a lot of Marcus De La Pena with his legs, and it would ultimately be De La Pena finishing the drive as well, catching a running back screen to the far side, had wide open room, gets into the end zone for the score. First points on the board credited to San Ramon, 7-0, with the extra point being good off their kicker's leg, Matt Anderson. Then Livermore would get their first shot at trying to equalize it, and they would get a score going for it on a 4th down after driving the ball pretty well with some good runs kept alive by Rardin and Louis Hernandez, and also Krieger with some good runs. Like I said, 4th and goal from about their 16, from the San Ramon 16-yard line, and showing some courageousness was Coach Hobner going for it with his quarterback Krieger. Krieger throws a quick throw to the side, near side here to his running back Hernandez. Hernandez stepped back and then uncorked one towards the end zone for receiver being Kyle Walbridge, number 80. He makes the catch wide open in the end zone. They get the score to make it 7-6. Extra point by Galat, no good. So 7-6 would be the score. San Ramon holding on to a lead. San Ramon would then bounce the ball back around, and a huge play in the game. The big play in this one was 7-6. San Ramon then getting the ball back, and they scored with a catch by Matt Turner. Turner, who had dropped a would-be touchdown the play before on that scoring drive, as the ball was right into his chest. He did not go up with his hands. That was far side to make for a 4th down. San Ramon went for it, and they got a quick strike of their own, about a 16-yard deep slant route into the hands of Matt Turner. They trusted in him. They went back with him the next immediate play. He made the catch in the end zone, and then the extra point was good to make it a 14-6, 8-point advantage for San Ramon, but then Livermore would come right back. Louis Hernandez running hard and escaping defenders, plunging his way into the end zone despite some great running up the middle, and he would then make it 14-12. It would be San Ramon trying to go, or make that Livermore trying to go for the extra point just to make it a 1-point game, but their extra point attempt was blocked down there by, I believe, Alex Kim, or not Alex Kim. It was the other man for San Ramon with the similar sounding name. I believe it was Lim.
Brandon Lim, number
Brandon
75,
Lim
yes.
making the block there. Number 75 penetrating through. So 14-12 was the score. San Ramon would get the ball back and be stopped on a 4th down. They tried to go to Ryan Dunn in the air. He made the catch, and just as he was about to chug forward for the 1st down, he was stopped by, I believe, Max Krieger, the defensive back that came up and made the huge stop, stopping Dunn forward progress and creating a turnover on downs. And Livermore would take advantage of that. Some great running once again by Louis Hernandez. He'd have to, I bet you he's close, Alex, to having 100 yards so far in this game, first half stats alone. But Louis Hernandez breaking free on a run as he made some quick moves up the middle, pounding through, and then breaking away from the defense. He scored to make it 20-14. The extra point attempt was no good. And the extra point no good to make it. Or I'm sorry, it was 14-12, and then they would get the 2-point conversion. I'm sorry, I believe it was Hernandez once again, or was it Krieger on the keeper? I don't know how they got that 2-point conversion, but I want to say it was either Hernandez.
They scored, and then they just kicked the extra point to make it 19.
Oh, right. They did score to make it 19. Well, no, that was.
And then SRV came back.
Oh, yes, you're right. So SRV did come back. You're right.
And then
because it was 12. They got the extra point from Galat to make it 19-14. San Ramon would come back, and they would get a score from, once again, Turner, burst to Turner. Turner falling on his back and making the catch. And Turner with the score there.
And so, Michael, coming into this game, the Livermore Cowboys are coming off a 4-6 season. They've already won 2 games this year, non-league games. This is their first league game. They won 1 last year. And so far, they've been hurt by injuries. You know, for a lot of the season, they have 6 guys injured, 6 coming back from injury, suspension, or both. And we talked about this in the pregame, throughout the game. They're a running team. They've really been able to establish the run, and they've had some big stops. They had a stop on 4th down, and they stopped that 2-point conversion. And so going into halftime, and then there was the missed field goal, the mishandled snap, excuse me. And so going into halftime, Cowboys definitely have the momentum, and they're playing very well. San Ramon Valley, on the other hand, 0-3 coming into it, but as Coach Hobner told me, he said, this team we're playing is loaded. Don't, despite their slow start, don't look at their record. And tonight, the Cowboys are coming out and really playing with San Ramon, who has some, lost some key players, like we said, but still a very impressive team.
Yeah, San Ramon Valley maybe showing a little bit more balance, mixing up the run in the pass game, but Livermore showing that, hey, as long as you can stick to what you're doing and doing it well, then there's no need for balance. I mean, we know coming into this game that Livermore is a run-oriented team, and they really have not gotten away from it. They have kept with their strength. Louis Hernandez has looked great on the ground, really keeping those legs moving, running hard. Rardin has had a couple good carries as well, but Louis Hernandez has definitely been the key player in this first half. If I had to pick a first-half player of the game, it would be Louis, and scoring all 3 times.
Oh, definitely, having his hand in all 3 scores.
Yeah, but San Ramon mixing it up. I like how they're showing a little bit of balance. San Ramon with that tough preseason schedule, maybe that's more of a hurt to them at this point, but they are playing a good game. They're in this one with Livermore, and I'm just surprised that Livermore is in this one with San Ramon the other way around. Livermore is showing that, maybe they might not be the one to get picked on this year in the EBAL. I mean, this is a team, as long as they can stick to what they're doing. Yeah, they don't have their, guy that was supposed to start the season at quarterback in Zach McPherson, the dual threat guy. But Krieger doing enough right now, just running the offense the way that Hobner wants it. Just hand the ball off to Hernandez. Keep it when you got to. Like I said, the Krieger keeper, I'm going to try to trademark that and tell Hobner about it, and then that way, people start using it around town. I get the money for it, but really, I mean, they just got to keep with what they're doing. Does Livermore, and they'll be just fine. I mean, they're definitely, like you said, they have the momentum right now at home, doing well. The defense is making plays. Both teams' defense is sticking around and trying to do the best they can. Turner, he's a hard guy to stop. He runs routes so well and then catches the ball so great. And Cameron Burse, we're going to talk more about him. I feel I haven't really talked about him. There was a good article that came out at the beginning of the season from the San Francisco Chronicle about Cameron Burse having to step into the spotlight, the shadows of Zach Klein. He had such a great career at San Ramon, and as for Cameron Burse, I'm sure that's hard to try to establish his own game. People still talk about Zach Klein being the guy who once was, and Burse is trying to say, but I'm the now guy, and give me my props too, because I may not be Zach Klein, but I can do the job as well, and he's showing that. I mean, his team's only a point down right now, and they should be a couple points up, but you talk about that missed snap there on the field goal attempt, and it would have been a 42-yarder. I think Anderson would have hit that with ease, even though it was placed on the right hash mark and not directly in the middle of the field, but Anderson, who can usually hit from that range, it's interesting to think what could have happened. I mean, momentum and everything. I mean, it had that's the play of the game, I believe, right now. I mean, take all them scores and put that aside. I'm looking at what have you done for me lately. And the last play that we saw, the last big play, was that missed snap on the field goal play. I mean, you put that in there. San Ramon has a 2-point lead. They have the advantage going into the halftime, and maybe Livermore doesn't have that momentum. But right now, the momentum is in their hands, and they will get the ball to start the second half.
Right, yeah, momentum in the hands of Livermore, and like you mentioned a little while ago, Livermore kind of at the bottom of the totem pole when you're talking about the EBAL with 1 win last year, and San Ramon was near that. They were tied for second, I believe, last year overall. They went 5-2, and maybe there's, with De La Salle gone, maybe there's not a lot of difference between the top and the bottom teams now, and maybe Livermore's moving up. So we'll see what the second half holds for the Livermore Cowboys. As we said, they have the momentum going in, although they're down 20-19. So we're going to step away momentarily. 20-19 as halftime is just about over. The second half kick should be in a few moments. You're tuned into PlayOnSports.com. We'll be back with the second half shortly.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
And welcome back to Friday Night Football here on PlayOnSports.com. We're in Livermore, California on the campus of Livermore High School. Your score, the San Ramon Valley Wolves on top of the Cowboys 20-19, and both teams set to start this second half. Livermore will be getting the ball and back deep for them. Number 24, Tim Harris, and we'll see if they can, Michael, if they can continue with that momentum that they had going into the second half and that botched field goal from the Wolves.
This is a guy I've been waiting to see all week. Tim Harris, only a sophomore, but from what I've read and seen about him, he had a phenomenal freshman year last year. Really a speedster with a lot of talent. And coach said he wanted to use him in the run game. Unfortunately, he said Harris has a lot to learn about the running back position. He said last week and other times he's put him in, he's very east to west. You know, he's afraid to run up north-south. He tries to use that speed to get around the edge, but coach says, hey, you need to go north-south first and then use that speed.
So that Division I leg of Matt Anderson takes the kickoff into the end zone. So the Cowboys will start at their own 20-yard line. And Krieger to Hernandez. Short gain of 2 yards. And Hernandez
who had
doing
himself
a lot of work tonight.
Yeah, he had himself a heck of a first half. Like I said, I don't have any stats, but I'd have to guess he had 100 yards in that first half. Was responsible for all 3 scores, and even played a little little role in the halftime festivities here at Livermore High School, asking a lady out to the dance, the homecoming dance.
Hernandez with another carry off the right side. Gain of 2 yards, so that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5, it looks like, with 11:20 left in this third quarter. So
yeah, as Hernandez and his Cowboy teammates came out through their banner, which read, "Come on, Cowboys, tame the Wolves," to open up the halftime. Right after that, Hernandez had the public address announcer ask a girl to the homecoming dance for him. Pretty creative.
So a double tight formation, and looked like there was possibly some confusion there in the backfield, Michael, and Krieger goes down for a loss. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 6.
Yeah, there was
and they'll be punting it away here.
Blocking gone bad, I guess you could say, on that play, as someone missed their assignment. A lot of white into the backfield, and they bring down Krieger, the quarterback, for the sack. And now it's a 4th and long, and Livermore is going to waste no time in trotting out their punt team.
So the senior Andrew Gubera back for the Wolves, and Hernandez gets away a spiraling kick, short, bounces.
It takes a Livermore roll.
And Gubera's going to decide to stay away from it, like Michael said, a Livermore roll. And so the Wolves will start at the 39-yard line on their first drive of the second half. So good defensive series there from the Wolves. And kind of a miscue on that 3rd down play, Michael, that forced the punt. But we'll see what burst comes out, if they come out throwing or if they want to continue to mix it up as they have done in the first half. Marcus De La Pena, who had a nice first half for the Wolves, is the deep back. He had a touchdown, the first touchdown of the game.
Both ball boys a little late in getting the ball on the field now. First it was the ball boy for Livermore who got the ball. It was late, and then the ball boy for San Ramon was late getting it, and then the ball boy for Livermore back onto the field, and actually it's one of the injured players, Lovett, who's ball boy duties tonight.
So Turner comes in motion, and De La Pena rumbles to the left for a gain of 4 yards.
And De La Pena dancing to the left side there and picks up about half the yards necessary for a first down.
Yeah, so we're going to call it 5. We're just ticking under 10 minutes here in the third quarter, 20-19. The Wolves on top of the Cowboys in this East Bay Athletic League matchup, the first for both these squads. The quick screen to Turner, and he's got some speed, and he's going to be out at the, looks like the 43-yard line, 43, 44-yard line. So Turner caught that one and really got upfield, Michael.
Yeah, Turner doing a good job of showing off his dazzling speed there. And really, Turner's rebounded quite nicely after dropping that near touchdown that he had earlier in the first quarter. He's really made some great catches and kept the drive, extending drives and getting some good yards after the catch for the San Ramon Valley Wolves. I've been very impressed with Turner after the first drop.
So the offense for San Ramon moving quickly here. De La Pena running hard off the left side. And
it took a crack up top.
Yeah, it took a big hit by the Cowboy defense. And a gain of about 4 yards here. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
There goes San Ramon. They've been running it all night, that no-huddle offense. This time Burst under center with the I set.
Burst again, and this time De La Pena stacked up by the Cowboy defense. Loss of a yard on the play, so a 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, that was Gage Logie and Alex Azurski combining for the tackle there for Livermore. It's going to be a loss of some yardage there, and now you're looking at about 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6 to be exact, for the Wolves, who are going to come out 3 receiver set, 2 receivers, or actually a 4 receiver set, trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. De La Pena in the backfield with a shotgun, Cameron Burse.
So Burse from the shotgun on the swing to De La Pena, makes 1 Cowboy miss and down to the 27-yard line. Very nice running after the catch there from De La Pena as he just sidestepped a defender. So that's going to move the chains on a crucial 3rd down. 1st down and 10.
And that seems to be a play that the San Ramon Valley Wolves can have all night. They've been successful with that running back screen a lot of the time so far. That was one of the ways in which they scored a touchdown earlier in this game.
Trips to the bottom of the screen, and looks like they had a screen set up there to the right. Burst just throws it in the ground, and De La Pena was in the area, so there's going to be no flag on the play.
Yeah, but it didn't look like he got out of the initial pocket. I mean, that's why fans are complaining right now. Looked like he dropped straight back and then just fired that one at the ground. There was no one near.
But if he's there, he wouldn't have to get out of the pocket, isn't that right? If you have a receiver there, you don't need to get out.
I didn't see a receiver near the ball.
I thought I saw they were trying to set up a screen.
Oh, okay.
I could have been wrong, but yeah, many fans here wanted that intentional grounding, and this time De La Pena, again, the workhorse for San Ramon, off the left side. A nice gain for him, so it's going to bring up a third down and looks like a long 5.
Yeah, one workhorse to another is Gage Logie, who's been all over the field defensively for the Cowboys, making the good open field tackle on De La Pena, saving what could have been a first down and maybe more on a halfback toss to the left-hand side.
So they spotted it a little further back than I thought. It's a 3rd down and 7. So the second 3rd down and 7 on this drive.
Yeah, good leg tackle there by Logie.
For the Wolves. Tight end to the right, split backs. Play action. And there's De La Pena again in the flat. And we'll see if he got enough for the first down. It looks like it where the spot is, and he's down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line. So, Michael, it seems like every time they need a first down on a 3rd down and 7, a critical 3rd down play, they're kind of spreading out the field and going to De La Pena. They're getting him wide open in the flat every time.
Well, De La Pena is their fastest player, and I could see exactly why they're getting it to him. You got to give it to your speed guy, and he is that guy.
Again, De La Pena cuts it upfield and gets close to the 10-yard line, so it's going to be a 2nd down and what looks like to be 5. And he got inside the 10.
Yeah, De La Pena, I saw his speed last year as a sophomore, very impressive. And they are using that to their advantage again tonight.
Coming up on 7 minutes now, 2nd down and 4. The Wolves knocking on the door up by 1. And De La Pena inside the 5. We'll see where they mark him. And it's going to be enough for a first down, so a 1st and goal. Just under 7 minutes now, 6:59. And so a 1st and goal for the Wolves.
De La Pena, who last year had 6 carries for 54 yards against the Cowboys in what was a 35-20 win for the Wolves at home. Yeah, De La Pena is definitely your playmaker right now. I mean, yeah, Turner's the best receiver and you have a good tight end and Dunn, but you want the speed guy. That's De La Pena.
So Jet Reed and De La Pena, and another give to the workhorse De La Pena, and he gets in for the score, Michael.
Yeah, and his quarterback very thrilled with the ending result there in being the touchdown. Cameron Burst knew it right away, threw up his arms, and then did a little, nice little touchdown celebration dance afterwards. But yeah, no, the workhorse definitely for that drive was De La Pena, using his speed, saving drives, keeping them alive. A lot of running back screens, toss plays, just getting him out in the open field where he can use his agility and speed to juke out defenders and really make some fantastic plays for his San Ramon Valley Wolves.
And there's Ryan Anderson.
Yeah, Matt
Pretty
Anderson.
much automatic on those. Oh, excuse me.
No problem.
Matt Anderson, sorry. Pretty much automatic on those PATs. So 27-19, 8-point lead now for the Wolves. And this, Michael, this possession, so crucial, so important for the Cowboy offense to really, they had on their first possession in this second half, they had to kick the ball away. There was some confusion on their 3rd down play, but this is so crucial to start to get the running game going again. Kind of forget about the last offensive possession and really start from scratch and try to establish that run for this second half.
So now I'm sorry. This whole time I was led to believe that Livermore had the lead at halftime, but that was not the case. They were down by 1. It was San Ramon who was leading 20-19. So sorry, had to clear that one up for you guys. But yeah, now they're down 27-19. Now they're going to need a score and a 2-point conversion. Let's see if they can come up with one here in what is going to be their first offensive drive of the second half.
The sophomore Harris, and he's not going to get a chance to return that one as Anderson gets a touchback and has a collision there with number 44, Taylor Disbro, for the Cowboys. I don't know what that was about, but both were on the ground near midfield.
Anderson reminding me of a really good kicker that I saw in De La Salle's heyday when they were during the streak, that being Anthony Binswanger.
Yep.
I remember Binswanger gave us the touchback treatment a lot our
Went to
junior
Cal
year.
as well.
Yes, and you know, my dad and I were just talking about that. Why didn't we really see him emerge as a top-notch kicker? I didn't really see him as the guy, and I can't remember him being the guy, and I'm a loyal Cal Bears fan.
I remember him kicking.
Did he?
Kicking a little bit, yeah. I can't quite remember who the other.
And now some
kicker
pushing and
was.
shoving going on between Turner and,
Looked like
I believe,
Walbridge.
Walbridge.
Yeah. So first down run, a gain of about 2 yards, it looks like, coming up on 6 minutes here in the third quarter. So a second down and 8.
Yeah, but we stopped sending returners back in that game against De La Salle because Binswanger was booting them through the field goal post as if it was a field goal off the tee. I mean, he was amazing.
I believe he went the DVC route to
Yes.
to Cal.
Yeah, amazing how no program picked him up originally.
So back to the action, option. The pitch out to, I believe, Hernandez. We'll have to see when the pile clears, but that's going to be a loss. And it was Louis Hernandez. Pitch from Krieger, and it's going to be third down and 10 now.
And once again, I want to clear up another mistake. Sorry, folks, for these mistakes in the second half. Obviously, out of it, I need to get myself back into it. But this isn't their first offensive drive. This is their second one. The first one went by so quickly, 3 and out at Livermore, and they're in danger of doing that again. You know, maybe the momentum is swinging back into the hands of San Ramon. San Ramon maybe got a good talking to by their head guy, Coach Kessler, at halftime. He probably told him, hey, look, you know you're the most talented team. Let's start playing like it.
Trips to the near side. Krieger looking, and that's intercepted by San Ramon. And that's going to be a touchdown for San Ramon. It looks like it was number 9, Brian Donnie, the senior defensive back. And a nice read there as he took it in for the score, Michael.
Yeah, beautiful read there. Was right there. Horrible decision-making there by Max Krieger at the quarterback spot. He was throwing it into coverage, and Donnie was right there to take advantage, make the pick, and take it for 6. And right now, this Livermore hometown crowd is deflated as if someone just popped a balloon. And these fans are quiet. They're sitting on their bums, and they're probably wondering, man, can we really get back into this game? They're probably starting to realize that San Ramon definitely has more talent than this Livermore squad right now. And a lot of that has to do with Livermore having a lot of key players hurt. But, man, this looks like it's going to be a tough game for Livermore to come back. You know, they played such a tough and inspiring first half of play to keep it close with San Ramon and only be down by 1 point. But now you're starting to see the better team really emerge here early in this second half.
Yeah, and Michael, when you put yourself in a third and long situation when you're a running team, I mean, they are such a run-heavy team. Like we said, averaging over 330 yards per game. When you put yourself in those kind of situations, it's tough to get out of them. I mean, Max Krieger has thrown maybe 20. He's had maybe 20 attempts this year through the air. He's thrown how many balls tonight? Maybe 3.
Right.
And he's had 6 completions on the year. So, I mean, that's just.
And the sad thing is now down 34-19. He's going to have to start throwing the ball. So
he will, and that was, like you said, it was not the best decision. He was late on that throw to his receiver, and now you don't want to abandon the running game, but don't you think you need to, like you just said, you need to throw the ball a little bit more. So maybe we'll see them rolling Krieger out and trying to get easy dump-off passes to Hernandez and some other players for the Cowboys. So this one might be returnable for Harris. Takes it inside the 5. And Harris with some
There's
room.
Harris.
Comes to the near side across the 25, breaks 1 tackle, and looks like they'll mark him at the 26-yard line. But Harris showing some speed there and
showing a little flash, a little sizzle.
Exactly. And a little east-west running help there.
Yeah.
Helped him get north-south. So it takes it out to the 26-yard line, I believe. Let's see where they mark it, 25. So first down and 10.
Well, I was listening to an interview on BayPreps.com with head coach Kessler leading up to this game, Alex, And the two things that Kessler really said his team was working on throughout the bye week, the last 2 weeks they've had off, was timely passing and establishing a run game. And I've got to say, they've done that tonight. You can check both of those areas off.
So they keep it on the ground with their double tight formation, and this time it's Rarden, Tyler Rarden, the 5'9", 175-pound senior, with a nice first down run to make it second down and 3. So under 50 seconds now in this third quarter, 34-19. So the Cowboys have their work cut out for them, Michael. They need to get in the end zone here on this drive. And the run is going to be their most successful attack here against San Ramon. Rarden stopped the line of scrimmage and looks like no gain on the play. So Tyler Rarden, no gain. Third down and 1.
And that was
so he did gain a few yards there, falling forward. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but they mark him at the 35-yard line. So it's going to be third down and 1.
bad Stubner there on the tackle for San Ramon. San Ramon with the heavy front pressure.
And that's going to be
Looked like Livermore jumped.
Yeah,
False start on the offense.
I want to correct myself, as I said there was under 50 seconds, but there was a number half gone there on the clock, so I couldn't quite see how much time was left, but now there's 4 minutes. I can see now 4 minutes and 14 seconds, so I want to get that correction for our viewers out there.
You thought it was 44, huh?
Yeah.
With that one taken
I did,
out,
yeah.
No problem. Like I said, hey, we'll rebound. We've made I've had a couple glitches here in this second half with a wrong score there, but we're getting ourselves back on track. The main thing is this. Right now, San Ramon holds a 34-19 advantage over the home team, Livermore Cowboys. This is the East Bay Athletic League opener for both squads. San Ramon showing why they were ranked in the preseason top 25 in the San Francisco Chronicle. I mean, they were supposed to be a team, I believe they were preseason ranked 4th going into this season.
And here another third down and 6, Michael. So I would call this, I mean, it's not as manageable as you'd like with a running team like this. A third down and 5 or more is really,
And now timeout called by Livermore.
I would almost say a disadvantage for a team that's set up like this.
Yeah.
You know, you want the third and 4, and that's even pushing it. I mean, they've been able to establish the run, but a team like this, so that runs the ball all the time and doesn't have a lot of experience passing, you need those third down and 3 and 4. When you get to the 5, 6, 7, that really puts you at a disadvantage. And we saw that on the last drive. It was 3rd and 10 on their first drive of the second half, but here is a 3rd and 6, so we'll have to see what Coach Hobner draws up here. We saw a successful passing play from Krieger before, and that's when he rolled out, was able to find a receiver when he was on the run. So we'll see what they have in store for him here.
And, folks, just really quickly, I know we're only in the third quarter, but please stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com postgame show where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And, yeah, San Ramon was picked a preseason 4th in the San Francisco Bay Area preseason top 25 poll coming into this season, just behind De La Salle, Bellarmine, and James Logan. They proved that Logan definitely deserves to be ranked higher than him, as Logan shut him out 35-0 2 weeks ago.
Krieger rolling, and just in and out of the hands, that was Walbridge on the far side. So they do move Krieger out of the pocket and he tries to connect there with Walbridge. Just Walbridge could not hang on. It would have been enough for the first down. So it's going to be 4th down now, and it looks like Hernandez is going to be kicking it away for the Cowboys.
Disappointing drives to start off this second half for the Cowboys, and you know, you just pounded on it, and we've been pounding on it. Unless they step their game up in the passing game, which isn't their forte, you can't just, on the whim just decide you want to be a passing team and be good at it.
And McPherson has room, and he's going to get the first down. Close to midfield, he fumbles.
Ooh, he got lucky. His teammate bailed him out there, falling on the ball, but now there's a scram and a fight and pushing and shoving for the ball. It should be Livermore, though.
It should be Livermore.
Oh, whoa, and a flag should fly there as tempers now really flaring between two players.
And so it looked like
Livermore's number 40, Nick Sproat, taking a shove there by, I believe, number 38, Jet Reed.
And it looked like number 32, Dan Troutman, had fallen on the ball.
And I believe a flag did fly out for that. There should be a fumble recovered by Livermore with maybe an unsportsmanlike conduct coming to the end of it.
Definitely, yeah.
Tacking on to the end of it, I should say. We're going to find out. This is going to get sorted out by the men in the zebra stripes, but right now the cheerleaders are cheering. The fans, the Livermore players on the bench are pointing and waving their arms ecstatically, saying that we should have the ball. The refs are stating that it's Livermore ball. The flag has been picked up off the field. No call has been made. Now they're waving off the flag, saying that, hey, both players got chippy. We're not going to make a call right now.
So what a call there, Michael, from Coach Hobner. Your team is kind of...
Just when we were getting down on them, saying there's no way they could just create a passing game, something that they're going to need in order to get back in this ball game. And they, once again, the trickeration. We've seen it for the first score of this game for Livermore, and now they use it in a timely manner. A big fourth down. They go with their star player heading into this season, their quarterback, Zach McPherson. He may have a broken arm, but he can still run with the ball and does a heck of a job of getting past the sticks for the first down on that fake punt. He did fumble. Luckily, a teammate had his back and recovered.
Fresh set of downs, and we're going to have a timeout on the field, the Cowboys. So they've already used their second timeout of the half. So just at 3 minutes here, 34-19, and the Cowboys with a fresh set of downs after that fake field goal.
And we're going to see if this fake field goal leads to some success here in this drive. I remember back in my day, my senior year, we had to use 2 fake punts to help beat Deer Valley in a very contested, tightly contested league game at Deer Valley Wolverine Stadium. Have you ever been there? I'll tell you, that's one of the premier venues in the Bay Area for football, big time stadium. But yeah, we had to use 2 fake punts. You know, it was cool to see our coach, you know, have some guts, dial those plays up. Both times it was our star running back J.J. Brandon. He scored on one of them. And they really helped us get the momentum and get the win. Granted, it was a closer game. We weren't down 15 when we busted them out, but we'll see. I'm really hoping that for Livermore this does lead to something. Definitely caught San Ramon off guard.
Fresh set of downs, 3 minutes to go in this third quarter, and Krieger on the option elects to keep it, and a nice gain from Krieger as he gets down to the 46-yard line, very close to the sticks. They're going to call it 2nd down and 1. The first down marker is at the 45.
The Krieger keeper, there you go. Option play, he kept it himself. Almost had the ball wrestled away from him, but he said, hey, no, that's mine. And he held on to it, had a good grasp, comes very close to the first down. It'll be about inches shy of picking up the first down, but now Livermore has moved the ball into San Ramon territory, and that's big. First time this half they've done that.
Krieger on the keeper. He's going to get the first down.
Okay, now he said Krieger on the keeper, so that's fine. But if he says Krieger keeper, dude, he's going to have to start get me for royalties on that. But no, good play call, sticks move. And now, like I said, the Cowboys, Alex, they need to capitalize on this. They need to do something positive. You know, I'd like to see a touchdown here, but even a field goal at this point, and their kicking's been shaky, so that probably is not going to happen. They're going to need a score, though, here to put an exclamation mark at the end of this drive.
Walbridge, the receiver, to the top of the screen. Inside give to Rarden, and that's defended very nicely by a host of Wolves defenders, and it looks like they give him a yard on the play. So a 2nd down and 9, just under 2 minutes.
And that's the second time that I felt that maybe they should have gone a different route. It's a good play call. Remember the first time I was chastising Krieger for keeping it. This time I'm chastising him for not keeping it. If he would have kept it, it looked like he had some wide open room to the right, far side, where he could have really done some damage. But instead he gives it to Rarden. Doesn't quite work out. He does pick up a yard. It will be 2nd and 9. But let's see what they do here. Krieger just getting back under center.
Split backs, Rarden and Hernandez as they...
And look at that offensive line setup. The linemen not on the line. They're a bit back.
Krieger keeps it again on the option. He lost the football. Looks like San Ramon has it. We'll have to see what happened here.
Too bad there's not instant replay in football. It looks like his knees might have touched the ground before he lost it. But
And San Ramon has it.
oh, man.
They picked it up. Krieger running the option to the right side, elected to keep it, and lost the football. So
tough break for the Cowboys just after you get that momentum.
Yep, exactly.
On the fake punt, and there you go, turning it over, this time on a fumble by Krieger,
Yeah, Coach
who
Hobner,
lost his footing.
Hobner dialing it up that fake punt, giving his team some momentum, some
zip, some life.
exactly, and fumbled away here. So the Wolves are back to work. Handoff from Burse off the left side. And that's Jet Reed getting a carry. So that's second down and 7, it looks like.
And this is where San Ramon's going to try to put the game away in either two forms of fashion. They're either going to kill this game with ball control and just control the clock, even though it's kind of early, or they're going to go for a quick strike here in the air. There you
Burse,
go.
Play action, looking down the field. He's got a receiver, and he's got him.
Justin Bangay.
Bangay all the way down inside the 15. So just as Michael said it, they may take a shot. They do. Burse on the play action to, Koski, excuse me.
Yeah,
that was J.J. Koski, number 25.
Oh, was it Koski making the catch? Well, Koski doing a good job of hanging onto the ball and bouncing off a would-be tackle there by the quarterback, Max Krieger. And a big-time play. I knew it was coming. The play action, and Burst looking deep, finds his target in Koski.
Now De La Pena still on his feet and looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, Michael, but able to spin his way out of those tackles, keep those legs churning. We have some extracurricular on the far side. Hernandez and Burst getting into it.
Yeah, temper starting to flare here. Emotion starting to get the best of the Cowboys now in this game. And
that's the end
De La Pena showing that he's more than just a speedy back. He has the speed, he has the agility, and he's really starting to show now that he can pound through defenses as well, as he busted through about 3 tackles en route to a nice pickup.
So that's the end of 3. The San Ramon Valley Wolves knocking on the door again, 34-19 your score, and we're going to turn it over to Michael.
Thank you. Folks, do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you are enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. I just wish I had a school sports broadcast program when I was back in high school. We had this thing called The Main Source, and I was the host of that, but that's nothing compared to what we've got going on for you. Folks, the program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
So just getting ready to start the 4th quarter here from Livermore High School on playonsports.com. 34-19 your score. And just as Michael was talking about a possibility of a big play from the Wolves, Cameron Burse, the senior quarterback, to the sophomore J.J. Koski for a big completion down the field. Now they're at the 8-yard line, 2nd down and 6 after a run from De La Pena. And knocking on the doorstep again, Michael, to really put a stranglehold here on the Cowboys.
Cameron Burse right now is really stepping up as the guy. And we've been talking about it all throughout this game, shedding that shadow that was cast on him by Zach Klein, who did just a wonderful job in his time at San Ramon. And Klein, he was good, but Burse is pretty good too. And he's really showed it tonight, making some key plays. This is what Burse said in watching Klein. He said, quote, "It was great to see how he conducted himself in all facets on and off the field. Now I'm ready for this challenge and to help us win," end quote. And he's really helping his team tonight. If I had to pick a guy, it'd be tough between him and De La Pena, but as the quarterback, I'd kind of tend towards him just because he's the leader on the field, and he's really shown a good job of how to run this offense.
De La Pena stacked up after a short gain, so a 3rd down now. And about 2 at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, in that same article, talks about some of the numbers he put up when he was freshman and a sophomore. 3,772 yards combined with 43 touchdowns to 5 interceptions.
Wow.
So this guy definitely capable of turning this season around for the San Ramon Valley Wolves.
One-on-one coverage, Burse on the play action, rolling right, flushed out of the pocket, looking, and very smart there, just throws it away. A lot of quarterbacks would try to hang on to that one.
Well, remember, he probably learned his lesson from earlier.
He did.
When he got in trouble, almost near sacked, and then had that intentional grounding call, this time just throwing the ball away. And that's the thing here. College coaches told Mark Kessler going into the season, quote, they're telling me they want to see 3 games to make a decision. He's got all the tools, a great mind, great arm, maturity, end quote. Now, hopefully they're not going off those first 3 games because San Ramon Valley did play what I feel is a little bit more inferior competition, better competition out there. But if they go off this game and maybe what they're going to see the rest of this league play, I mean, Coach Kessler, he told us how excited he is for this opportunity for league play to start off. I think they're going to see a really talented quarterback in Burse.
Burse rolls right. He's got a receiver and just overshoots Ryan Dunn, his tight end. So that was what looked like to be a sure touchdown on that play. Was overshot by Burse to Dunn. So 50 seconds gone by in this fourth quarter, and it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I talked about it. San Ramon, I told you in this drive, they're going to try to really put this game away. They went for it on 4th down when they could have easily had what would have been a pretty short chip of a field goal for Anderson, but they really wanted to put this game away. Right now, 11-10. Yeah, Livermore's down 15, but they still have a shot. The window's still open.
A long field, though, for Livermore as they're on the 5-yard line. Toss to Hernandez off the right. He's got some room, and he gets out close to the 15-yard line.
So he'll have the first down if
we'll see where they spot him, and they're spotting him just shy. It looks like they've spotted him at the 13-yard line.
Okay. So 8-yard pickup there for Hernandez on the toss. And before that misfire to Dunn on 4th down, I was going to say we haven't really heard from Dunn right after he got stopped on that 4th down. I don't know if he's been targeted for the rest of this game.
I don't think so. He had the first 4th down conversion, and the second one he was stopped. And haven't called his name since then. He's been on both sides of the ball, so he's been doing some nice work on the defensive side, but hasn't been targeted again since that last play. And Krieger, not sure if he had trouble getting the snap there or some confusion in the backfield, but he's taken back for a loss.
Ryan Dunn, who's committed to Arizona. You look at the numbers on this guy. Pretty impressive. Bench press 280 pounds, can squat 430, runs a 4.57 40-yard dash, shuttle run at 4.32 seconds, a vertical jump of 32 inches. Rivals.com has him rated as a 3-star prospect. He did have another offer on the table from Iowa State, but he turned that down to go to the Pac-12 and go to the Arizona Wildcats next year.
Hernandez on the toss. Some nice tiptoeing out to the 15, 16-yard line.
And now he'll pick up the first down.
And he has enough. So a 3rd down and a long, they had it listed at 3. It looked like 4, but a first down for the Cowboys. They keep the chains moving. Hernandez with another nice run. 10-20 left in this EBAL matchup. The first for both teams. San Ramon Valley looking for their first win of the year. It would be their first win and their first league win. And the Cowboys looking for their 3rd win of the season and their first league win. Inside give to Rarden. And Rarden has had a tough time tonight on that inside give, only gaining at most about 3 yards, and he picks up 4 actually on this one, so that was his longest run of the night on those inside handoffs. 2nd down and 6 for the Cowboys.
Some scores to keep you updated on. Other East Bay Athletic League scores. 8 minutes left in the game between the Monte Vista Mustangs and the Foothill Falcons. Monte Vista leading 14-7 in that one. That one pretty close. And McClymonds scoring in their game just about 8 minutes ago, and they got the 2-point play, so they're down only 27-20 with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left to Oak Grove of San Jose.
So a gain of 4, it looks like, from Rarden. 3rd down and 3.
Meanwhile, Granada, the rival of the Livermore Cowboys, they trail 48-7 to De La Salle at the end of the 3rd quarter.
3rd down and 3. Again, Krieger on the inside give. It'll be close. That was Rarden again the 3rd time. Excuse me, that was Hernandez this time. Hernandez on the dive play, and they get enough for the first down. So 9 minutes left in the contest. First down and 10 for the Cowboys. So Michael doing a nice job here on this drive, just picking up first downs and staying with their running game. And I think that's really what they want to do. They don't want to have to go away from the run and start passing. We saw an interception earlier, and they're just going to have, if they want to put a drive together, they're going to have to stick with the run unless they really have to go for a pass on a long third or fourth down. Rarden, nice running from him. Pick up a 4 on the play.
Well, here's the problem is that, yes, Livermore has been running the ball extremely well tonight on a whole with Rarden and Hernandez. But the problem with that is that clock keeps ticking and ticking and ticking. And when you've already burnt 2 timeouts, you only have 1 more left. You know, you want to try to hold on to that as long as you can. With about 8 minutes left, you're going to have to look for the air at some point in time down 15. And maybe this is it. Twins to the right, no receivers to the left.
Second down and 5. On the option, Krieger pitches it to Hernandez. A nice pursuit from the San Ramon defense.
And then Hernandez getting hit hard by his own teammate. And once he went out of bounds, that was number 44 who gave him a nice little shoulder there, Taylor Disbro.
A 3rd and 5 upcoming. A 3rd and 1.
I really don't like that play call. I mean, yeah, you get out of bounds, you get closer to the first down, but I would have liked to see a pass there, especially with that twin set. But who knows? I mean, Livermore right now, it's working for him. The run game's working for him. Yard shy to first down. Let's see if they can pick it up.
Krieger,
yeah,
keeper. I used it there, Michael. Krieger, keeper.
And no problem. I will give you permission to use it.
First down and 10. The ref signal first down. Maybe when they get into the Wolves' territory, maybe they'll take a shot downfield. But here, in this situation, you kind of give the Wolves a shorter field. You know, they've had a lot of success tonight running the ball and throwing a nice balanced attack. So
Dylan Burris there, the lineman who just jumped out forward and made that play look like something more than what it was. Like the fake there by the lineman.
Krieger gives it to Rarden, who's still on his feet, churning, and looked like Krieger got absolutely
more pushing and shoving.
Did he get hit pretty hard there? I didn't see because that was at the corner of my eye. That was Yale.
Yeah, Krieger took a hit, but he got that ball off in time. I thought he still had it. Luckily, Rarden got the handoff in just the nick of time. But yeah, Krieger definitely took a shot there, but he's tough as nails, and he's back out on the field. He has that colored visor. I thought those were not allowed in high school. I know they weren't back in our day. Maybe our coach just didn't want us wearing them, didn't want us to be individuals. But
split backs, this time Hernandez. And a short gain from Hernandez to bring up another 3rd down.
They keep going with that veer right now.
So it looks like 3rd down and about 3. A long 3, and the clock just keeps ticking.
They're running with that veer option.
6:20 now, and so this is all 4-down territory here from here on out. 3rd down and 3, so you have 2 downs to pick up 3 yards, Michael. So we'll see what they dial up here. They've had success.
Clock now down to 6 minutes, though.
With the veer option, with the inside give, and it is an inside give, and
Rarden has the first down.
Rarden hit hard there. But it looked like Eddie Vargas, number 42, and it was Yale and a host of
Ryan Dunn
defenders.
Also in on the tackle. Yeah. Looked like Dunn maybe was the one that got truck sticked, but in the effort of getting ran over by Rarden, he kind of made the tackle.
So another first down. The Cowboys moving the ball, but like you said, Michael, the time keeps ticking away. They're moving the ball. It's a nice drive, but
and no matter what happens here, they're definitely going to have to go for an onside kick.
Maybe too little, too late here, as they're they're
good
methodically
phrase.
Moving down the field, but it might not be enough here.
Yeah, it's just little chunks here and there, and they need a big run if they're going to really try to make something here.
And that option snuffed out.
Fumble, but the whistle's already blew that one dead.
Yeah, San Ramon doing a nice job rallying to the ball, and Yale tried to rip that one out, but forward progress was stopped and the whistle was blown. Coming up on 5 minutes now in this 4th quarter. with the Livermore Cowboys trailing 34-19.
Another play on sports score. Granite Bay leading Pittsburgh 13-6 in the third quarter. That was tweeted 15 minutes ago.
So the Cowboys looking at a 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. That's Kyle Walbridge in the slot. Hernandez
There you go.
breaks
Stay
a
on
few
your
tackles,
feet, bud.
loses the ball, and I think he fell back on top of it. But just as
Lucky.
Hernandez looked like he might have been able to break one there, Michael.
Yeah.
Broke a few tackles and had some room, but it got
Almost swooped up by Matt Turner of the San Ramon Valley Wolves.
got ripped out of his hands, and I think he fell back on top of it. So close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. And it looks like it's going to be where they have it marked right now, it looks like a 3rd and short. They might call for a measurement. We'll have to see. But the ball is, they're calling for a measurement. They are, so it'll be either be a 3rd down and short, or the Cowboys will get a fresh set of downs here. They have the ball marked at the 39-yard line.
Just to let you know, another score in the East Bay Athletic League. This one tweeted 20 minutes ago, so I don't know if there's an update there. But Cal leading Amador Valley 24-14. That was at the end of the third quarter in that game.
So 3rd and inches. 3rd and very short, it looks like, as that's what the referee signaled. So
I can't get over San Ramon's gray uniforms. They kind of match our gray shirts, gray polos that we have here for PlayOn. But the gray, a new color scheme for them. And Coach Kessler saying he likes to keep them fresh, have them wearing different jerseys, mixing and matching throughout the season. Kind of reminded me of another team that sports the colors green and gold, that being the Oregon Ducks of the college ranks. I mean, I was talking about it with my dad. I don't think Oregon will ever wear the same uniform ever again, as far as they just have too many different combinations out there that they can run.
yeah, close to 400 different combinations that they can wear.
That's crazy. And 3rd and inches, it looks like Livermore has it.
The Krieger keeper again, and Livermore's got the first down. So coming up on 4 minutes and 20 seconds now. So first down, but these little short runs.
Like you said, too little, too late. That's the perfect, if this game ends in the San Ramon Valley win, that's what you can say. Too little, too late. As they need a big run. If they're going to get something going, they need just one of them just big, take it to the house runs right now to at least save some clock, try to get the ball back, and then have to score again.
Right, they need to break one within the next minute, because if they get the ball, they need to have an onside kick. If they get the ball back.
Look at this. They're going for the pass.
Here's the pass. Walbridge, and he comes down with it at the 10-yard line. So
what a great catch by Walbridge, making the adjustment for the ball, going over the top of the defender there, that being Andrew Gabura.
And Krieger got hit hard. He's down. He's got a cramp or something, it looks like.
But look at him. Getting back up. He's hobbling.
Hobbling back. And just as we're talking about a big play, Michael, there it is. Walbridge on the receiving end of that, down to the 11-yard line with 3:46 and counting, 34-19, the Wolves on top.
A yard shy of making it a 1st and goal situation. And are they going to give him the injury timeout? I believe they will.
I believe they are. The referee is signaling his timeout. I think they're calling an injury timeout. So
yes, so they still get to keep one of their timeouts that will not be taken away from the Livermore Cowboys. Or is it?
No, it looks like they called an injury timeout, a referee's timeout. So
all right, folks. Well, then that's going to give me time for an advertisement. Hey, with this game coming up close, remember, stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show, where we will select our player of the game, as well as wrap up all the action from this game. That's right, the one between the San Ramon Valley Wolves and the Livermore Cowboys. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. It's rather early to pick a player of the game now. 15-point lead with 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Sounds like it should be safe for San Ramon Valley, but I don't know. San Ramon Valley trying to break through and get their first win of the season. Meanwhile, Livermore trying to get their first win in East Bay Athletic League play in the last, decade outside of Granada. Take a look at the previous 8 matchups between these two teams, and it has been all one-sided. San Ramon winning every year, at least to my knowledge, since 2004. They could have probably won more years since that. I really don't know. I tried to ask the league historian, Petter Anderson, who was here today, if he had the facts. He said he has it at home, so I don't have when the last time Livermore beat San Ramon, but it's been a while back as far as my records go. And in the last 8 meetings, look at this. I'm not counting the points so far in this game, but San Ramon Valley outscoring Livermore 356-77, just not right. One of those games being a shutout. That was back in 2007, a 52-0 shutout here at Livermore High School. It won't be a shutout tonight. It's just Livermore getting some points in the first half. But can you believe that? 356 to
That's amazing.
That's
Michael.
ownage.
That
is ownage.
Krieger under center. Halfback option. Looks like they're going to throw back to Krieger. Hernandez has Krieger. And Krieger comes. Did he come down with it? He did.
He made the catch, but then he fell right down with it.
He could have walked.
He came down with the catch, literally came down with the catch onto the ground.
So Hernandez, another completion for him, and Hernandez wanted his second touchdown. He had his hands on his face, and he went to the ground and saying, "Oh man, come on, that could have been my second touchdown pass of the game." But
well, Hernandez 2 for 2 so far in this ball game, and I'm surprised that they haven't used Hernandez at the quarterback position more. A little trickery. I mean, he's looked good while doing it so far tonight.
So they hurry to the line. 2nd down and 2.
Hernandez 2 for 2. Those are his first 2 pass attempts of the year.
At the 5-yard line, option, pitch to Rarden.
Oh, no.
Ball's on the ground.
Oh,
Excuse
no.
me, that
There
was
we go.
Hernandez. Wallbridge falls back on top of it. Big loss, though. Back out to the 16-yard line, it looks like so.
Well, you could tell the effects of that injury still reeling on the quarterback Krieger, as he didn't look right catching. I mean, he caught the ball but fell right away on that previous play. And then on this play that just happened, he was kind of hobbling as he was rolling out to his right on the option and had a bad pitch to Louis Hernandez. It wasn't on the mark, and Hernandez had a tough time catching up with it. He bobbled it. Luckily, Mr. Wallbridge coming to the rescue.
So 2:30, and counting to go in the game here.
Third
Big play.
and very long.
Yeah, 3rd and 15 from what looks like the 18-yard line. Krieger looking. Overshoots his receiver.
A near interception there.
And Turner with what could have been an interception and just a miscommunication.
Krieger throwing that one into all white there.
Hernandez, it looked like Krieger thought Hernandez was going to stay down the seam, but Hernandez took his route across the field to the near side. And
this is it. This is the game for Livermore. They need to score here in order to even think about having a shot to come back. If they do not, San Ramon will walk off this field with an easy victory. And Hobner did use his last timeout earlier with that injury timeout. I think they took it away from the Cowboys. So this is the game for the Cowboys right now. 4th and 15.
4th and 15. Krieger rolling right, flushed out of the pocket, gets it off, and Hernandez there, incomplete. And so if San Ramon can run out the clock here, I mean, it's safe to say that that's going to be it, Michael, on that incompletion from Krieger to Hernandez.
They should be able to run out the clock. If anything, there might be one last play left for Livermore, but this game is pretty much all done and in the books.
Yeah, up 15. The Wolves are up 15, 34-19 over the Cowboys.
Just when it looked like at the end of the first half that Livermore was going to be able to stick around and really make this a fantastic finish till the end, only down by 1 going into halftime, but they let some opportunities get away from them and just did not come out the second half starting sharply. Came out the gates kind of sluggish. San Ramon took advantage of it.
De La Pena swallowed up there by the Cowboy defense. Gain of 1 on the play. Under 2 minutes now, 1:44 and counting. 2nd down and 9. And the Wolves eating up a lot of the clock here. No.
It's funny. The Livermore Cowboys cheerleading squad trying to get these fans back into the game, but the fans don't want any bit of it.
Yeah, no sense of urgency here needed for the Wolves. And another run play makes it 3rd down and about 7.
So it looks like the Cowboys should get maybe one more play.
Yeah, 1 minute, under a minute now. And they will try to run off as much time as they can. Like Michael said, they might have to kick it away, but a 3rd down and 7, and it's safe to say that the Wolves are going to keep it on the ground here. The senior quarterback, Cameron Burse, under center, toss play off the right side, and looks like they did get enough for the 1st down. Eddie Vargas, number 42, the junior running back, on the toss out to the right. That's going to move the chains, it looks like. And it does. That's going to do it. So 1st down and 10.
And so the Livermore Cowboys, they're going to drop to 2-2 on the season. 1-1 now at home. They finally put a 1 next to their mark at home, something that they didn't want to do. Meanwhile, San Ramon gets that an important and mighty first win of the season, something that they have been longing for the last 4 weeks, 3 weeks, and then a bye. And now they will finally get that illustrious first win to open up league play. And believe me, that does huge. It will do huge dividends to this team going forward.
So Matt Winokur comes on for the final snaps of the game, and as he comes on, the Wolves commit a penalty, so that'll push him back 5 yards. But the junior quarterback, Matt Winokur, now into the game.
And I think I have my pick for player of the game. I don't know if you have your pick, but I've got my pick, and I think it's a pretty solid one at this point.
Yeah, I think I do too. And there's the victory formation, as we've seen this last week in the NFL with the victory formation controversy.
Yeah.
But nothing here. So 34-19, the final score here from Livermore High School. San Ramon getting their first win of the season, which happens to be their first league win.
Yeah,
so
a very important win. If you're going to get a win, you might as well wait for the league to get your first win and start off the slate 1-0 in league play, because that's really all that matters. And I wouldn't be surprised if San Ramon at 1-3 moves back into at least the Contra Costa polls with this win, because they have played a tough preseason. I don't know if they'll move into the Chronicle SF Gate Top 25 poll, but they should move into the or at least be considered for the Contra Costa Times poll. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if you agree, but I'm gonna if you agree with me, I'm gonna go down and get him. My player of the game, I'm going with Cameron Burse, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. The quarterback coming in, big shoes to fill,
Right.
Throwing 2 touchdown passes to Turner, and really doing a nice job with the offense. I mean, they had a great balanced attack tonight. So yeah, he's going to be our player of the game, Cameron Burse, the senior quarterback. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have our player of the game interview with Cameron Burse. The final score here from Livermore High School, 34-19. The Wolves on top. Stay tuned, and we'll be back with Cameron Burse, our player of the game, here on PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.